Well, g'day footy fans and welcome to Port Noarlunga Oval for round 16 of the Southern Football League, thanks to Filming Footy. The Falcons are 4 wins from the flag. Win their next 2, they'll finish top. 2 more wins and they're the champs. For the defending premiers, they'll need 4 straight to go back to back. But that won't start until the elimination. Today, can they prove that they can contend? Thanks to ProBuild Australia, Air Diffusion Australia and the Aussie Inn at Hackham, it's the Cockledovers of Port Noarlunga hosting the Falcons of Flagstaff Hill. Welcome again, my name's Phil Hurd and joining me to bring you all the action, Ollie Riddle. Ollie, welcome. 2 finals guaranteed participants. And a big lead-up game for both.
These are the games you want to be calling, Phil, because we get to take a look at what both teams, what they're going to look like. We get a go here in the B grade, and we do. Flagstaff have dominated in the B grade. It is 17 goals to 1 in the B grade if we check out the scores. But this is a good game that we're about to watch. You get a look at both teams, as I was saying, in the lead-up towards finals. They're both going to play a big role, I feel, and we're tipping different teams today, I hear.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, you can't really go past Flagstaff Hill. Despite the loss to Happy Valley, they are the team on top. They have the best percentage, number 1 ranked attack, number one ranked defence. And whilst every team are missing some players relative to Port Noarlunga, they're closer to full strength than the Cockledivers are. And I was pretty impressed, not by their first quarter last week against Christie's Beach, but very impressed by their first quarter. But also when the Saints threatened, that they found a way to hold steady, not panic, and come away with a hard-fought win.
Yeah, Flagstaff were ultra fantastic last week. And of course we gave our Player of the Match award to Darcy Mitchell, who played in the Country State game against WA a few weeks before that. He was terrific. He's been their best player on 10 occasions so far this season. Featured in the best players 10 times. He's only played about 12, 13 games as well. So that goes to show the strength of him. He's listed today as well. And there's a man wearing number 11 that is also playing today for Port Noarlunga. Talk about him, Phil.
I was just looking at our goal umpire. Looks like he's lost a flag. Oh, no, it's a free kick. Okay. Number 11, yeah, Zach Sproul. He's on 65 goals. It was him and Daylight for the goal-kicking leader. Then he got injured. The Ranella forward, I can't believe it, Delahunty, that's who it is, has taken the lead with 71. Sproul's on 65. You think it's a race in 2. But we're going to see 2 big forwards today because we've also got, as the siren goes in the Bees, we've also got Blake Aldridge, who's on 58. And both Sproul and Aldridge kicked 6 the last time these 2 met.
Right, so I can kick 6 again. Delahunty's got the bye. It'll then be equal on top with Zach Sproul and Ranella's Liam Delahunty with 70... How many goals was it, Phil?
71.
Looking forward to the goal-kicking medal race. Taking a look at last week's game between these 2 teams. They went up to Ironbank Port Noarlunga and thumped them by 53 points. Players who looked really good was, of course, Sproul and Carpenter, who kicked 5 each, as well as Paredes and Salai. Was Flagstaff Hill? We were there, Phil. We saw him take on Christie's Beach in that 17-point win. Of course, Darcy Mitchell and Aldridge were fantastic.
Yeah, they were. Their ruck was pretty well. Mitchell was one of those in the ruck. And I thought I was really impressed with their defence. A lot of intercept marks, the pressure they put on Christie's. I mean, Christie's Beach, for those who weren't watching, kicked 7 behinds to start the contest. And quite a few of those were the pressure that the Flaggies defence put on them. But Port Noarlunga, for mine, just not quite at their full strength, even in the transitional year that they're having after that breakthrough premiership last season.
So all players are out on the ground at the moment. We'll take a look at our umpires first. We're running with a 3-umpire system with Nick Price, Jared Simister and Alex Garlick as our field umpires. On boundary is Noah Cutting, Ben Hansen and Brodie Byrne. And in between the goals are Ray Elphick and Alex Manning. There's 4 changes, I believe, for Port Noarlunga, Phil.
Yeah, Billy Cook comes back in. Oliver Goss gets a game. Patrick Carman, who was absolutely critical when we saw the Cockledovers 2 weeks ago in that final
and he
quarter.
was dropped the next week.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and Jaden Green, who brings a presence about him. The outs, Kobe Stewart, Lucas Marshall, Jaden Kapler.
That's a big one.
Is massive, and also young Hathaway. And also 4 changes for Flaggies.
Yes, so the co-captain, Braden Haywood-Ferrers, is rejoining the team. Won a few premierships for the Falcons and has played since 2009. Isaac McCormick is back into the lineup. Jack Chaplin and Ryan Mountford, who was a late out last week, he gets another look in. With Tyler Warren, Cameron Brown, Daniel Nash and Tane Mitchell all falling out of the side.
Do and also thank our sponsors for the broadcast today. ProBuild Australia for all your renovation repairs. The Aussie Inn at Hackham, along with the Christie's Beach Hotel, part of the RD Jones Group. Air Diffusion Australia, your one-stop air conditioning trade centre. And the Man & Co Real Estate. We've got a bit of a cheering off happening here for one of the Flagstaff Hill B-grade players.
Good to see.
Of course, Flaggies, I'll talk about the bees in a sec. The other broadcast sponsors, Startfish Live Stats, the Sportal Scoreboard, looking resplendent down here. Of course, we did christen it back on Anzac Day. Classic Clashes, UTF Trailers, Archie's Footwear. Yep, we've brought the footwear for our post-game award, and, of course, filming footy. The other results today, 2-2 is where we're sitting.
Okay.
And pretty much it's gone with the team higher up on the ladder so far. And the under-13s, Flaggies that are second at 12-1, won their 13th by 40 points, 9-11 to 4-1. Flaggies sitting 7th. Under-15s was third versus first, and it was a great game. And the top leading team, Flagstaff Hill, got up by 5 points. In a finals-like game, you'd think 6-10 to 5-11. Under 17.5, still looking for the final score. However, it was a comfortable win to Port Noarlunga, who are second in that competition. Flaggies came in 7th. And we just saw the B grade, a 97-point win. Now, Port Noarlunga did not goal until the final quarter.
True.
Led trail by 95 to 1 at three-quarter time. In the end, it was the third place Falcons 17-9, 111. The fifth place Port Noarlunga 2-2-14. Port Noarlunga and Ironbank Cherry Gardens battling for that fifth spot in the Bs.
Yeah, we certainly had a big conversation pre-game about the B grade, which is good. You said that every single team for both A's and B's has a team fighting for finals.
Bar Noarlunga, 9 clubs at the moment. Can tell you that Ironbank Cherry Gardens in the Bs defeated Aldinga. That means with 2 rounds to go, Ironbank are 5th, Port Noarlunga are 6th. Morphettvale and Aldinga have clinched final spots in the under-13s. I think Morphe's maybe one of the other juniors has half a chance. So it's going to be good that we're going to see all 9 clubs. Ironbank is probably the questionable one.
Yep.
But all of those 9 clubs participating in the finals.
Who's your player to watch today?
Oh, player to watch. I mean, I always look at the foots. I reckon Patrick Carman.
Oh, he's coming to the bench.
I mean, Nathaniel Paredes has been Port Noarlunga's best the last couple of weeks. He kicked the goal that won the game, that you called beautifully.
I called the wrong player's name.
But that's still.
He got a lot of hits on social media, though, so close enough.
He's critical, but Carman was just that X factor when Port Noarlunga needed to come back. For Flagstaff Hill, look, usual suspects. It's going to be interesting to see the wind, because that's the other factor, Ollie, is it's probably a 4 or 5 goal breeze to the right of screen.
Well, my player in focus today is Ollie Goss for Port Noarlunga, who's come back from the South Valley Reserves. His first game of the season. The siren's about to blow, and we are underway here. Flagstaff Hill got the job done early in the year. Port Noarlunga beat them in the prelim, and they get the first disposal of the Falcons. Only a handball, and then off to the side. Haywood-Ferrers should have gone in, didn't. Rosman lays a tackle, and a short little kick. Not 15, says the umpire. Good call. And away we go, our first centre clearance of the match. Push towards the wing, half-forward region, and it's going to roll over the line there with Hippert.
And whilst you're looking at the picture, you can see the flag behind the goals there, fluttering. Fully extended, that is the breeze heading from north to south. And you make a good point. These two met in the finals twice last year, the qualifying final and the preliminary final. Port Noarlunga, as part of their odyssey to the premiership, winning both encounters.
So play's going to move on. Big hip and shoulder from Wiseman. Hamble didn't quite reach an opponent, or a teammate for that matter, and we're going to chuck it up right along the line.
I'm just reading the graffiti there, or the artwork on the nice day to go to the, is it City?
I think it might be City.
On the old orange trains we used to have.
We should be watching the football.
Well, I just, you know me, I like the unique things, and
yeah, you
small
get
things
distracted.
amuse small minds. I'm easily entertained.
So we're going to chuck this one in here with our boundary umpire. And we're back and we're underway. Mitchell gets the ruck tap. Knocks it forward in direction of Chaplin. Close there, got the handball out to Goss. And now in defence, back to Goss, although the handball missed him. Wiseman's got a lot to do now. Works it around. Could go for a goal in the defensive 50. A lot of under pressure. There are under pressure within the 9. They can take it through. They decide not to, and this is a dangerous kick. Gives Chef a chance. Mitchell had it, lost it. Umpire put the whistle away, and now the kick from Rosman can find a target. And it does. And this is Nathan Beenham, who has 18 goals for the season, kicked 2 last week. And the last time he faced Port Noarlunga was the prelim, where he kicked 4.
Yeah. Critical player, was missing early on in the season. He's been part of keeping Flagstaff Hill.
So good for so long.
Who, I think only 1 week out of the last 16 rounds that they haven't been top.
For the perfect start for Flagstaff Hill. Beenham directly in front. Shouldn't bother him. It's goal number 19 for his season, the first of today. Flagstaff Hill are underway.
Yep. It's always important to get that first one early when you've got it with the breeze. It's an interesting... you probably overthink it. I mean, if there's a strong breeze, you win the toss, you take it while it's there, because you're never sure whether you're going to have it for a full...
That's true.
It's going to be there later in the day.
Wind
Although
changes.
I suspect today it's going to be here all day. But if you do win the toss and get the breeze, you're under pressure to kick some goals early and take that lead at quarter time. And we know in most games it takes a while for teams to settle. So pretty big for Flaggies to get that in the first 2.5 minutes.
Were you ever told that don't frown unless the wind changes?
In case it freezes your face or something like that.
Ah, you just hit my memory bank right there, Phil. Haven't heard that in years. Funny enough, the wind never changed and my face is still moving today. Paredes, Goss went in, sort of slid in like a soccer player, and we're going to have a ball up. Lots of cars right around. The car park behind us is packed. Lots of cars in front as well. Did you get a spot?
I parked right behind. I couldn't believe it. I was looking how I was going to park sort of illegally to unpack everything. And lo and behold, there was actually a legal spot.
So no fines today.
No fines today. I mean, I was going to unload and then go and find a proper spot. It was just that momentarily blocking someone's path. But you're right, good crowd in, as you'd kind of hope. Look, weather is decent. Teams are decent. No direct AFL teams to watch this afternoon, with the Crows playing at home tonight. So where else would you be?
Exactly. Kick there from that Flagstaff Hill. Couldn't quite get the distance. Haywood Ferrers is back into the team. He's a really good kick. Up towards full forward. A 2-on-1 job for Port Noarlunga, but it leaves the Flagstaff man at the ground, and that was Johnson, who hits the posts with that kick. Taking a look at the weather I did earlier, expecting to be thunderstorms all throughout the weekend. A little bit cloudy at the moment. Looks okay on the radar. Is rain in Roxby Hill and Lee Creek region, but none down south.
That is, well, you're in the right state, just at opposite ends.
Well, for us, it's in the right place.
So this is Billy Cook, who looks like he's got the kick-in duties and decided to go long to the outer side, and that's a clunk. Nicely done by Houston Fitzgerald, the third-generation cockle diver after Mick and Ryan. Mick and Ryan, of course, both presidents at Port Noarlunga in the Fitzgerald clan.
Does that mean he has to be president one day too?
So it comes with expectations, doesn't it? And I did an interview with Kim Jordan, who was a fourth-generation president at Aldinga.
So McCormack, Wisen got the fist, and it's just going to land directly there, and the umpire waits and says, it'll be mine.
Yeah, as you can see, it's all been played to the southern end.
That's the side that we've got a little bit of a breeze on, as we noticed when we walked out to the centre of the park, and Wiseman's pummeled. The umpire's blown his whistle. He's going to ball it up, though. Could have gone either way. Could have been in the back. Could have been holding the ball. And now the kick comes towards full forward to one-on-one, but it sails over everyone's head, including the goal umpire. It's our second goal. And who kicked that one?
I've got the player. I've just got to... It might be Beanin again, but I just want to confirm.
Been a terrific start for Flagstaff, Phil, as
It is.
Beanham's got 2.
Yep.
So his kick goal number 20 for his season.
I think what you just saw there, besides the fact that we were blindsided, was the power of the wind.
Yeah. So
really
go up and down throughout the day. Hopefully it stays to the one side, gives both teams a chance.
So goals at the 2.5 and 6 minute mark. Puts Flaggies up early, 2-1-13 to Zippity Doodah by the hometown Cockledivers at the moment. Yet to get it forward of centre. They won't again. 3-0 on the centre. Clearances again. Flagstaff Hill inside forward 50. Picking it up. One motion. Looks at the goal umpire and delivers. That's Blake Aldridge, who says, well, enough of the Nathan Beeman show. I better get in on the action. And that was, well, that's as fast as you kick him.
He kicked 3 goals last week. One of the better players, currently 3rd on the goal kicking tally, as we said. And you're right, he's been in sensational form. And I tipped Port Noarlunga, and I'm quickly regretting that.
I mean, I just love the clean pickup in these conditions. I mean, the oval is... We've got a little bit of a lake in front of us at the interchange gate, thankfully off the field. The ground itself looks pretty dry.
I think it's held up well for a Port Noarlunga oval as well, which usually don't.
But down the southern end, there is sort of a brownish area down the spine from the edge of the centre square. And in those conditions, a pickup like that was elite.
So Chaplin's chasing this. Another clearance heading the way of Flagstaff Hill. This time the boundary line beats him with Hugo Nash, who didn't play a single A-grade game last year. Today's number 14 for his year.
Oh, you've been doing your research. Quite correct. Got to play the KI game. One of 2 new players at A-grade level. Isaac McCormick being the other one for Flaggies.
There's plenty of McCormicks at Flagstaff Hill. He's the only one playing today, wearing number 19 with the headband.
Yeah, so with Port Noarlunga, 16 of their 22 have made their A-grade debut for the club this year or last year.
Wow.
And just 8 for Flagstaff. So just that more veteran settled side.
So there was your man Carmen, who had it but lost it, taken away from short. The umpires pulled a free kick for a throw. So Goss gets the ball, puts it out to a leaping man, couldn't quite get it, was Trezise. Back-to-back A-grade games for him, and a bouncing ball towards the inner wing, right in front of us, Phil. Cook comes out, he had it, he lost it. The umpire says it was a throw, good call. So Aldridge gets the free kick. The crowd next to us is screaming. Towards the next contest, McCormick at the back, couldn't quite pick it up. Paredes tries to fend off. In the end, McCormick gets the ball, not sure how. Flying snap at goal, misses to the right-hand side.
So is that McCormick 19?
Yes.
Okay.
His number changed this morning. Because, of course, that's just what happens at local level.
I wish we were paid by number change. That'd be awesome. But yeah, you can't miss him with the headband.
So Paredes is going to kick in, Phil.
I reckon put him with Green. That'd be a matchup. Paredes, yeah. So they've changed the kick-out duty. Still going to that same spot both times. From what I can tell, and we did go out and have a look at three-quarter time, there's no real cross breeze. Flaggies again going inside. It's a grubber of a kick. Nicely picked up. Snapped by Jack Chaplin, and everything they're snapping, they're scoring. Flaggies have their 4 in 10 minutes. They're making use of this breeze, Ollie. They're 4-2-26. Port Noarlunga yet to get a shot in anger at the goals.
Well, it's been a dominant display so far. Flagstaff have been terrific. Every time they've gone forward, they look dangerous. They've scored 4 goals too, so they've had 6 scoring shots already to nothing. It is pretty much every time they're going forward, they're scoring, whether it be a goal or point.
Yeah, so Chaplin, one of the 4 inclusions for Flaggies. A Cove Junior came over to the Falcons in 2021.
So Flagstaff are just wondering how many players they got on the field. Blake came off.
I was about to say, you don't want to be one over and erase the 4 goals.
Blake came off, and Hibbard sort of went, I'm not sure how many. Might have to call a head
It'd be
count.
pretty hard with the 6-6-6 rule and 3 field umpires, wouldn't it?
You'd think that'd be on top of it. But you never know.
Yeah.
It's hard to count people when they're all moving.
Yeah. I mean, I was the studio host the day that North Adelaide managed to get 19 on the...
That was only a couple of years ago.
That was 2018.
2018?
And as an Eagles fan, initially had to go through the fact that we blew the unlosable lead in a preliminary final and then find out that North had an extra man and we weren't sure for 2 days whether we were playing in a grand final. Green, here's a chance for the Cockledivers, but the ball won't sit for the big man. The boulder up the Cockledivers for a moment, hits the square. The bounce is going to be critical, and in the end it will be taken out of bounds by Chef. With the last disposal rule, you don't see a lot of deliberate out of bounds.
No.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, with the last disposal rule, you very rarely will see a deliberate out of bounds now. The umpires tend to be pretty relaxed with that unless it's really bad. Good opportunity for Port Lunga, and, well, I take that back because now it's a free kick heading the way of Carney. This is the Aiden variety, who originally came from the Brighton Bombers. Spent time at Edwardstown, Marion, now Flagstaff Hill.
Yeah,
Gets a kick across.
Mason also went a slightly different route, but originally from Brighton.
As Kirk gets thrown to the ground.
Together for years.
So we're still inside 50 here for Port Noarlunga. We've had 12 and a half minutes gone to play. It's a 26-point margin, Phil.
Yeah, look, I think important for them, to having got it up here, to get something out of it, having given up those early 4 goals. The kick by Kirk, I think, was falconed by a Port Noarlunga player.
Still.
Picked up by Steele, moves it forward. Carpenter's knees at the set to get the snap, and he's got the goal! Well done to Carpenter. Port Noarlunga needed that very much against the flow of play. That is goal number 30. Well, hear the horns!
We've got
an orchestra down here at Port Noarlunga this afternoon.
So the Cockledivers get their first goal. Crowd next to us loves that. They're first out of the first 5 of the game, and they can sort of settle the nerves.
Love that. I mean, Southern Footy League is an interesting one, isn't it, Ollie? It's a country league in a metropolitan area.
It does have that feeling. Maybe because it's not super close to the city, it's sort of in that, on the edge of the Fleurieu Peninsula. I
mean, we look and we see some housing and some barren hills that in about 10 years will probably be housing. Port Noarlunga, so they've got 2 clearances in a row here. They've got it their forward 50 arc. Green comes, collects it, draws the defence. Under pressure, the Falcons at the moment, but they're hanging in there. And here will be a stoppage. 14 minutes gone, it's Flaggies by 20 points.
I think Jaden Green brings good value. I'm surprised he doesn't play more A-grade football. He's strong, he's big, he's intimidating. I think every local team needs one of those players, even if they're not the most highly skilled. As Goss and Carmen lay the tackles there, and the umpire says it's going to be a free kick.
I mean, it's either injury or availability. This is his 7th game, 5 in the A's, just 1 in the B's. So, and this is the thing, at this level, you're not sure when a player's not there. Is it an injury? Is it work?
Yeah, that's true. Could just be sick, of course. It's winter.
Yeah. Someone could get married.
Sinclair. High ball. Came across as McCormick did really well. Can pick it up. Carpenter's right behind him. Bit of a fumble, maybe a nervous one. Noonan man behind him, and the boundary line will help O'Connor Dawkins. And when was your last wedding, Phil?
Well, my last wedding was 1997, when the day the Crows won the prelim final against the Bulldogs.
Wow, there you go.
What's the granny on my honeymoon?
The granny on your honeymoon, what was better?
Well, it's a package.
A package deal, You notice you didn't want to answer that question.
No, I don't. Crows' first premiership is pretty special, but you only get one honeymoon.
Well, if you do it right, you only get one honeymoon.
Yeah.
There was someone on radio yesterday, I heard, who's been married 7 times.
Okay.
Brooke on Bold and the Beautiful has been married 15 times, 8 to the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
Snapping ball from Ortman. It's a high, it's low, and it's barely going to be 15, but the mark's taken.
Set the toe.
They yell next to me to set the tone, and we're going to have a shot here from Fitzgerald, who kicked a goal on debut a couple of weeks ago when we saw him, Phil. Since then, he's held his spot.
Yeah, good to see it wasn't just a one-off game, being given a run. Things to see. I mean, these teams have gone through a lot of players this year just in the games that we've broadcast. Will they have a final 21, and what will they go with when there's finals on the line?
So Fitzgerald's kick looks pretty good. He's happy. Noarlunga have goal number 2.
Houston, no problem. Delivered that well. And Noarlunga are just easing their way back into it now. 2 straight.
Looking pretty good.
To 14 points. Last year Houston Fitzgerald was, this year he's kicked 27 goals in the under 17.5s over 8 games. So that's averaging about just under 3.5. So knows where the white sticks are. Played 18 games with the Panther under 18s last year, and actually 7 with them this year.
He's a bit all over the shop. But he's a good player, and he's starting well for A-grade level.
The dynasty continues.
The Fitzgerald dynasty continues as Mitchell gets that ball out. Umpire said illegally. It's going to be a free kick here, heading the way of Close. Jaden Close played his footy for Morfett Vale's under 8s in 2009. Ever since then, he's been a Noarlunga player.
Has not kicked a goal at senior level since 2017. So just note that, because if he does, we better note it. And suddenly it's a different Noarlunga side.
Wow, did you see that? It just sort of floated through. You and I just stood there thinking, is it going to go in? Is it going to go in?
Marley Baker, who debuted A-grade round 15, that's like last week, against Ironbank Cherry Gardens, kicked a goal. He's only ever played for the Cockle Divers, and that's a goal of quality.
Wow, we'll call it a fluke, but for him it's all skill. So Noarlunga really lifted in the last couple of minutes. 3 goals in a row, and suddenly the Falcons are being challenged.
They are indeed. What was 26-point lead is now 8. But this is Noarlunga over the last month. You were here. I wasn't when they played Christie's Beach, and their first quarter was best forgotten.
Yeah.
We saw Cove get a 21-point lead on them, and they came back. Ironbank won the second quarter narrowly, and it was a narrow game in the first half last week. So putting 4 quarters together has been the challenge. Probably the best result this year, Noarlunga, was we saw them against Ranella produce a win that split that series. The Flaggies, they're forward for the first time in a while. Comes to Johnson. Johnson into the pocket. Spots up. Sorry, not Johnson. It was Johnson. Spots up Mason Carney, whose kick has missed everything.
I've just spotted something, Phil. Zach Sprower is in defence.
Is in defence.
He's standing over there right now. I know where we had a bit of a blood rush, and when I want the ball, got to get back there. Or maybe it's a bit of mind games with Coach Adam Hartlett.
Maybe he's going down there to scout what he's got to do in the second quarter.
Maybe.
No, I don't think that, but that's the best I can come up with.
Maybe.
But you're right. So you're thinking all week, I'm going to get the defensive job. I'm one of the leading goal kickers in the league, and then he's the other end of the ground.
Just playing with defender Bradley Kirk, and that's been called holding the ball. Big opportunity here for our man in the long sleeves. Not sure who it is. Will, when he turns around.
It's Steele, isn't it?
It is Steele.
Long sleeve orange boots, yep.
So kick towards the wing. It's going to bounce a couple of times before someone gets there. Hemble came back through Beanham. And now Paredes sort of turned this one over to Falcons. Kick towards half forward. Leading man. Good mark. Really nicely done.
All right. There's a wave of Falcons across the back, which they're going to try and utilise here. Sort of a squadron, you could kind of call it, maybe. Here with Ferris. Into the square. Okay, there's Darcy Mitchell, who's no doubt enjoyed his beanie and Archie's during the week. But Noarlunga in recent times through Ortman on that occasion. He got corralled, taken too high, I think. Still to get up. Umpire Che was Ortman, who is up and will be collecting the footy.
Now, Phil, in the pre-game, we joked about the numbers, wondering if a number 22 for Flagstaff Hill would run out, and we'd have to figure out who it is.
You're not kidding me.
There's a number 22 out there. I believe it's Tristan Smith, who was written down as 24.
Okay.
But this is what we're having to deal with here as Goss searches forward. Up towards half forward, out of side. No one can mark. Handball came from Kavoris. Haywood Ferrers has been really good back into the team. He's going to get the handball too to run from Wildman. And away go to Falcons. Sproul's going to get back and be the extra man. No mark as of yet. Not sure what to do here, Sproul. Normally he's used to behind the other end. And a little short shimmy kick is going to be a minor score. That came from Carney.
I was about to say, does he know how to defend?
Which way is he going to kick it? He's kicking out.
He's got the kicking in duties. Into the breeze, which is substantial. Into time on, 22 minutes. Was all flaggies. First 15, and then Port Noarlunga have kicked the last 3 without a miss. And I guess that's part of it as well, is making use of opportunities. Here comes in Aldridge. He had 2 steps and will be disappointed that he missed that one. Just had a bit of space. Couldn't get on his right side though. 4-4-28 Flagstaff Hill. Port Noarlunga 3 straight 18. 22 and a half gone. And a more even first quarter than I thought we were going to have.
Well, it started looking ugly originally as a little kid fetches the ball for Sproul. And I would have thought he'd want to defend his crown. Or, win his crown of kicking the most goals. Put him on Aldridge to change it up. Sproul's going to run out to the 25-metre mark, and that's a nice drilling ball to Carpeny. Both kicked 5 goals last week. Carpeny already has 1 today. Kick to the Cockle Divers first. Similar direction out towards the outer wing, and it's going to roll under a couple of cars.
Some other games on today. We'll do our best to get you some scores. Christie's Beach, just up the road here, hosting Happy Valley. If we don't get a score, might go for a drive at half-time, we'll find out. Morpeth Vale and Cove, big one for Cove to try and get into the 5 tonight. And Aldinga and Onbank Cherry Gardens, a massive match. It's their grand final for those 2 sides, be it in round 16.
Boundary throw in here, and I tell you what, Phil, this is not a day to bring a 2-wheel drive.
As in a bike, a motorcycle?
As in
a car.
Sorry,
a normal car. Yeah.
You want a 4-wheel drive today, it is bogged weather. Handball came from Goss. Nice movement. Carpeny saw it as well. He keeps on running and he's stripped. Kirk got him. Umpire says play on. Not sure about that. That was a clear hole in the ball. Maybe there was a slight fumble involved, and we're going to have a ball up here with Jared Simister. 24 minutes gone. So
it's been flaggies half of the field for the last 3-4 minutes, but Port Noarlunga's defence has held solid enough. Around the body by Howard Ferros. To be picked up by Chaplin, evades one, sends it inboard in the end, uncontested by Trezise. We'll bring it clubroom side, and there's Sproul. So Sproul's going to wait before he can find options. Got Wiseman's right next to him. It's barely 15. He doesn't want to play on. Port Noarlunga is slowly going to build out from the back end. Yeah. This is right in front of a clubroom. Headband versus headband, I notice. So inner wind football goes to the outer side. Mark's taken. This is Goss. Had a lot of it in this first quarter. Pushed out towards the direct centre win, and the mark's taken Haywood Ferrers. Handball moves on to Wildman. Hadn't seen much of it as of yet. The kick should have been marked. Wasn't, but the tackle was terrific on close. That came from Beanham. And we're going to ball it up just inside 50 for the Falcons. 7-goal quarter. 25 minutes gone. You think not quite quarter time yet, maybe 2, maybe 3 minutes left. Tap out the back by Carney. Straight down to Ortman, who shows a zig and a zag. On to Carpeny. He's got no one between him and the goals. 50 out. Time for a bounce. Has a helper and a runner who fumbles the ball but got the snap. And Patrick Carman is in this ball game.
What was Carmen thinking when he fumbled the ball? Oh, they must have been so nervous.
Nothing we can say on air. Is what he was
Luckily,
thinking.
he got the goal. It's his first of the match. First since coming back to the A-grade team. Because he kicked 4 goals over Ironbank in the B-grade last week. So good to see him back amongst the goals, A-grade level.
Yeah. No, might not have been informed that he was in the Bs. Maybe it was something of a disciplinary nature. Maybe he had somewhere to be in the afternoon and was only available. I don't know.
That's true.
What
Maybe
I do know, 26 minutes gone, it's a 4-point footy game.
Maybe he's a morning person. Tell you what, Phil, all week, thanks to uni, I've had to get up at 6 o'clock.
Oh, diddums.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Although you do get to see a lot of news happen as it breaks. Salai tapped it, but in the end the centre clearance went away to Falcons. Sproul in defence. He's a little lost back there. Hamble got it moving on, couldn't quite pick it up, but lays the tackle nicely. And that was, I believe, Crichton.
Look, I shouldn't get stuck into you. When I was at uni, I used to get up at 11 in the morning and go to bed at about 3 in the morning.
How can you live like that? You've wasted your day.
Okay, no, 3 in the morning, not the afternoon.
Yeah, 3
but
in the
now I'm a
morning.
morning person.
That's because you're old. All old people
Yes,
are morning
exactly.
people.
It's past my bedtime.
Nice little kick, got to Carmen. Oh, nice hip and shoulder from Johnson. Showed his experience. Handball back. Johnson tried to collect it, got past him. And Green's just buried him into the turf. Play's going to move on. Aldridge and Cook, and it's knocked out. And I said Green brings physicality. Johnson just put Carmen to the ground, and Green's just one-upped him.
Yeah. Green said, not in my vicinity today.
Little dirty. Didn't go for the ball. Definitely went for the player.
Josh Rosman was the Flagstaff Hill player who encountered a bit of Green's pain train on that occasion. They'll get the clearance. Well, they'll try and get the clearance. Ethan Zolzi, they've all been fired up, but and 25 for not giving the ball back.
Silly, stupid errors. Wasn't necessary.
Is it possible that Port Noarlunga could lead at quarter time?
Certainly is, as Goss takes a mark literally within 5 metres of us. We could hand out and give him a handshake.
Stand row.
So the kick moves on. Half forward, in a wing. Oh, Green got up, but he couldn't quite hold the mark. He then jumps on the football. It's out of bounds. Highlights all around us, Phil.
Well, we are in the Port Noarlunga past players, which is a bit of an extremity in age ranges.
Past players, and I
It is
don't
the
think anyone
past
here
players,
is
yeah.
past player. Bit of a wild throwing. Helps Salai, though, but
they've
not going to
been-
be able to clear it.
They've enjoyed the last few minutes with the action pretty much right in front of them. 4 points the margin, 29 minutes gone. Port Noarlunga may trail, but it has been their quarter.
Clearance came. Ortman rolling ball inside 50, gets to the back. Kirk had it, lost it. Green could kick this goal. He rolls it, and he's got it. Mistake from Kirk. And suddenly, Port Noarlunga have kicked 5 in a row. They're in front.
And I'm in shock. I'm in dead set shock.
Come on, guys.
Something flicked the switch at about the 12-minute mark. At that point, Flaggies had the first 4. Port Noarlunga into a strong breeze have kicked the last 5 without a miss. 29 and a half gone. It's Porties by 2. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Trying to think of what's been doing. I mean, obviously Green, the goal scorer, but that physical presence, I think, really ignited the players in the last few minutes.
So 15
Playing
minutes
with
into this
confidence.
game, Flagstaff Hill led 4 goals 4-0. Since then, 5 goals straight to Port Noarlunga. They have hit the front for the first time in this ball game. Sinister's thrown it up. Players around it, one being Ortman, had a bit of it. Cook ended up with a clearance, I believe.
Gone the wrong way.
He has gone the wrong way. Mark's taken for the Falcons. Any luck will work out. This is Smith. Kick forward. Got past Wiseman, and they just hit each other real hard, and Sproul's the man, the goalkeeper, as the siren blows for quarter time. It's a game of halves so far. A lot of drama. Dramatic day at Port Noarlunga Oval. They lead 30-28
Now,
against
there
Flagstaff
is drama.
Hill.
There is a Port Noarlunga player down who's not getting up at the moment.
So we'll see what happens on the other side of the break. Our goal scorers, though, was Nathan Beanham, who got us started with 2 quick ones. He get the first 2 of the match. Aldrich then chimed in, and Chaplin. And from that point, one-way traffic. Carpenter got Port Noarlunga started. Fitzgerald joined in on the party before Marley Baker kicked his second A-grade career goal. Carmen, and then right at the end there, bustling through, was Jaden Green.
It is quarter time. It is Port Noarlunga into the breeze, leading by the narrowest of margins. 5 straight to 4-5 for Flagstaff Hill. You're with Josh on camera, Phil and Ollie on commentary. We'll be back with the second quarter after this break.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory. Until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
All right, welcome back. Quarter time here at Port Noarlunga Oval. It is a bit of a surprise. The Cockledovers going into the breeze in the first quarter have the lead. Accurate, 5 straight 30. Flagstaff who kicked the first 4 goals, 4-5-29. Around the grounds, I've got one for you. That is Aldinga leading Ironbank Cherry Gardens. Aldinga 4 straight 24. Ironbank Cherry Gardens 1-5-11. Looking to get some other scores. When we do, we'll let you know. But yeah, the breeze, what breeze, says Port Noarlunga in that second quarter. Now they have it, can they use it?
Well,
Crowd
that's
has
certainly
cleared.
the key.
And Seagulls are back.
Looking forward to this quarter, Phil. Give us a quick early prediction. Who gets the first goal? It's a great prediction.
So,
Ball's gone up. Moments past, Phil. We will have to hold your prediction, which you never
40s,
really
I
gave
said.
us. Wildman gets the handball. And then the kick came from Portland. Hayward Ferris didn't get there early enough to meet it. The double fister, volleyball star from Kirk. Carpeny had lots of time, maybe too much time, because that kick ended up being smothered. Ortman waited, he wanted to go left, you could see it coming. In the end, he's very lucky to get the kick away from Johnson. Bouncing ball, none of Flagstaff players knew it was coming. Maybe it's the son, McCormick. He's going to kick out towards the inner end, in front of the club rooms. Wiseman's fist came. Play's going to move on. He goes back in along with Chaplin. Aldridge, one-handed pick up and then the handball out. Dishes it off to the next pack. Lots of players around it, including Pyman. His first touch, and Goss is underneath that pack. Phil, who's going to kick the first goal and why?
I said 40s.
I didn't hear you.
Port-
Wow. You're really on the Portland train now. You're
They have the
swapping your
breeds.
tips. So this is Blake. Got the tackle, mind you, and it's Hayward Ferris with the kick up towards the next group of players, and Aldridge and Trezise go at it, but the boundary line is there. It's a very enthusiastic crowd next to us.
I can tell you, I don't have an actual score, but it took me a while, but I can tell you that Cove lead Morphett Vale by 3 goals. Just the start of the second quarter there, as it is here.
Johnson inside 50. Interesting matchup there at Hullet Cove. Players going to move on. Beatham had a big chunk of it, and they've just wrapped each other up.
Yeah,
It was Chaplin and a Port Noarlunga player, which was Pyman.
if Cove want to play finals, they've got to do 2 things today. One is win, 2 win by a lot. They need, by the end of tonight, to have that extra win due to the schedule coming home, and also be ahead of Christie's on percentage.
So kick clear. Green comes up, but Kirk was best spot to meet it. Mark was taken.
It's unlucky Kirk got it to you.
He's going to buy his time before he kicks it back inside 50. Umpire calls play on. Oh, wasn't sure he meant that. In the end, he'll take it. Oh, and then he drops the handball. From 0 to 0. Not a great moment from Kirk. And now Sproul, who's playing up forward this time, Phil. He's on Kavoris. A one-on-one opportunity. Sproul keeps his feet nicely. Handball on. Next man in the chain. This is Sinclair in the right-hand side pocket, and it's a chipping ball, and Aldridge has gotten back there. So Aldridge is in defence this quarter. Sproul was in defence last quarter.
Right, well...
Making our job difficult.
They're 2 good players. And the majority of the players going to be down that end, so I guess you put your best players where the ball's going to be.
It would make a lot of sense.
I'm interested to see if Green and Kirk have any words after that little play on the halfback flank here. They haven't talked to each other so far. I think Kirk doesn't want to be reminded he dropped the ball, and Green doesn't want to be reminded he was wrong-footed. So they'll just go and focus on the footy. It is a ball up. We have not had a goal. We have not had a score in this second quarter. It's about 20 out. Umpire's found a free. He's going to go the way of Port Noarlunga, I think, just from the reaction of the crowd. Side here. And this is by the sideline, by the boundary line. Dominate!
Well done.
Goal kicking sublime. We're still trying to pick up a number for you, sorry. I'll get there.
So it's goal number 6 for Port Noarlunga. They've kicked 6 on the trot, mind you.
It's Liam O'Connor Dawkins.
Who's kicked the goal. Good on him. And he was pretty good when I last saw him against Christie's Beach to kick 4 goals in his last 3 games. So before that, he hadn't scored in 7 weeks.
Yeah,
Bit of a purple patch for him.
Junior from Colonel Light Gardens.
Oh, there you go.
And that's 5 in a row from Port Noarlunga, and I was proved correct.
I hate Colonel Light Gardens
Why?
because the traffic moves so slowly on Goodwood Road.
Okay.
Salai and Mitchell.
So it's not the football club, it's the suburb.
The football club's terrific.
Okay.
You get a lot.
I'm glad we clarified that.
It's the suburb, it's the traffic, it's the road that never moves.
Well, initially I thought whoever designed Colonel Light Gardens, given it's after Colonel Light who surveyed Adelaide, but, all the curved roads in the suburb, they must have been drunk at the time, until someone did take the time to explain to me that at that point at the base of the hills, a lot of gully winds, and so they don't do the street straight. So that the gully winds don't pick up.
There you go, the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, that's it.
Sort of
entertaining
information
and educational, with a little bit of footy thrown in.
Maybe I should have a second statue of him to put down there pointing towards the gully winds. Handball came through. Kavoris had it, then lost it. Play's going to move on with Paredes. He's in the pack too. He's get thrown to the ground. Pyman holds off Mountford, and we're going to have a ball up. 5 minutes gone. Port Lunga 6 straight to 4-4 Flagstaff Hill. It is a 8-point margin. It was an 8-point margin to Flagstaff Hill not that long ago. Yes. Now the other way to the Crocodiles. Clearance comes through Johnson. Both players, both holding, says the umpire. McCormick goes through. Wiseman has him for coverage. And instead, we're going to ball it up again.
Yeah, as you often find after a high-scoring first quarter, you've got to say a 9-goal quarter is high-scoring.
Definitely.
This time of year, is the coaches say we cannot have that and make some adjustments. And sure enough, 6 minutes in, we've had 1 goal. By this stage, Flagstaff had kicked 3 to start proceedings. And it is Flagstaff that have the chance to go forward. Running onto it and charging towards goals is Kobe Hibbert. Into the path of Beenham, who has 2. Make that 2 and a behind.
2.5.
2 and a 6th. It is 4-6-30. 1 straight kick in it. Port Noarlunga 6 straight. On the Sportal scoreboard.
So they're going to play on Port Lunga. We're close. Crowd next to us gets busier in the past members stand, or past players stand. Not one of them are past players though. Now the short little kick rolling towards our next target, which is Mason Carney.
I think they're past play. Oh, there's a good grab. Sorry, past players, as in they played this morning.
Well, when was pass? So Mason Carney's kicked it to his brother Aiden.
Okay.
And he's going to... The umpire's blowing his whistle. It's a short pass to Wildman. It may be coming back. It is. So he doesn't look very confident from where he's kicking, which is right in sort of the northeast pocket, and he just pushes it to the left-hand side. So not very confident at all. Half-time in the A grade, where O'Sutherland's Beach are losing to Houghton by 3 points. Interesting there.
2-6.
Close. Who's going to march out outside 50?
Oh, the kick!
It went to ages. The wind really took hold of that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, that went from the edge of the goal square to in line with the edge of the centre tea saucer.
How far could you kick, Phil?
About a third of that. On a good day.
Nice work there. Haywood Ferris looked really good today in the middle. Pushed it out wide to Aldridge, back up forward. Wiseman held him when he didn't have it. Umpire's delay whistle comes.
I am not here because of my footballing skills, Ollie.
That's all right. You're not out on the ground. Aldridge just sets it up. The man in front did a really nice job. Mark's taken, and the Falcons, well, if they had a big supporter base next to us, they'd be cheering. But it's all silent next to us, which must give you the indicator they're wearing blue.
And Beenham, who would be up there for one of the best that Flaggies have shown today, has a chance for 3 goals and a half, and would be 3 out of 5 if he can nail it.
Having kicked a goal in about half an hour, Flagstaff Hill. Kicked the first 4 of the game. Has one again. Finally, they break it open, and it's just back to a 2-point margin. Beenham has 3.
Yeah, it looks like actually make that 1 because they got it behind as well. So 6 straight to 5-7. So it's been a game of spurts so far. Will this start a Flagstaff Hill comeback? Flaggies with the first 4, Porties with the next 6. Flaggies have kicked the last. In a game that has ebbed and flowed, and we've only played a quarter in 9 minutes. Earlier today, in the under-13s, it was Port Noarlunga by 40. In the under-15s, Flaggies by 5. Under 17s, Port Noarlunga by plenty, as it was Flaggies and the Bees winning by 97.
So away come Port Noarlunga, and it's going to be a free kick.
Downfield?
Downfield, I believe. As they get into a fight here, it's Blake, and of course it's Jaden Green who's in there. The umpire blows his whistle, and it cools down a little. Sprouse the one with the ball.
There has been some feeling about this.
So I'm not entirely sure on the margin in this game, because I believe I've missed a couple of points of Port Noarlunga.
I don't think Port Noarlunga have kicked one according to the scoreboard here.
Well, tell me, we did have a point in the corner, the pocket there.
Yeah, but that was kicked by Flaggies.
Ah, you're right. So I can't count. I can count, just the wrong team. The right scores have now. Zach Sprout.
Got to swap ends.
He played defence in the first quarter. He swapped ends himself. His first goal of the afternoon. He's kicked it. Sprout has his first. It's his 66th for the year. Port Noarlunga 7 straight.
As you mentioned, 66. So he is now... he needs 6 to tie Delahunty, who has the bye this weekend. Port Noarlunga have the bye next weekend, and they of course both play in the final round. So Aldridge, of course, trailing. He's on 59. So right now on the goal kicking ladder, Delahunty 71, Sproul 66, Aldridge 59.
Do you reckon Delahunty will play B grade against Noarlunga, or did play B grade?
Do you want me to find out for you?
Why don't you check it out, Phil? I doubt he would have.
Footy, because I've got to go and find the footy. That'll take a little while. Oh, look, I would be very shocked.
If he wants to keep his good momentum going, you could drop down and get an easy 6, 7, 8 goals.
I certainly understand why some players would do it. I just don't know why he would need to. If you're a fringe player that
wants to keep up form, absolutely. Yeah. But you don't want to drop down to the B grade, have an average B grade, and then don't get picked for the A's again. You've essentially just dropped yourself. So now we're back underway. Mitchell and Sinclair doing the ruck work for the Cockle-Divers. O'Connor Dawkins is wrapped up.
The short answer is he's not on the list that's in Play HQ.
So Noarlunga would have breathed a sigh of relief when they saw that. At least our defenders would have in the B grade.
They've got enough to deal with. Hope to see the Shoes back in action next year in the A grade. Keep this league a 10-team comp.
So the kick forward works the Port Noarlunga to a one-on-one. Both are holding. Umpires pulled out a free kick heading the way of Flagstaff Hill. It's against Carmen. Both were holding. He was on Kirk as well, mind you. No, sorry, wasn't on Kirk. He was on Smith, our mystery number 22, who's decided to drop by 2 numbers. So Mark's taken in the pocket.
So deep short in the McLaren Vale pocket. Here, Porties, and that's a nice mark by your Phantom 22. Okay, Tristan Smith. Defensive 50 arc. And as soon as you kick the ball, there's another. So there's freeze happening off the ball here at the moment.
Lots of little 25s. It's a bit of a heated game.
We haven't seen any yellow cards yet. I go back to the game we did, I think just before you went away for a while. Remember we had 7 yellow cards.
Ooh.
That might be...
It's probably the closest you'll get to a yellow there. High tackle there. Didn't mean it was Hugo Nash.
Yeah.
Free kicks heading the way of Port Noarlunga. There was a lot of yellow cards that day to sort of settle down the players, make sure they don't do something stupid and cause the game to go out of control. Haven't seen that used yet, that tactic today. Handball came from Kirk, then Chaplin moved on to Rosman. This is good ball movement, but Wiseman held Aldridge under the ball nicely.
Wiseman in the long sleeves today.
It's not a cold day.
It's
sunny.
If you're out of the breeze, it's probably pleasant. If you're in the breeze, you'd feel it. Paredes has it. Attacking side centre wing. And just nice stretch and intercept by Kirk, who moves it on to Patterson. Flagstaff Hill trying to be precise, but not quite on song with their kicks today. Chaplin gives a don't argue, gets it away. Now it's in front of us, looking for Beenham, who's again a great play. Goes inboard over Chaplin, overcooks one, undercooks the other. Steele comes in.
Thrown him.
He's slammed without the ball. That'll be a Cockle-Divers free as a few players picked themselves off the turf.
Today's a finals-like game and still produced a big display when these two sides met off in the prelim last year. Had a goal and featured in the best players. Looking to do the same today and in the finals if these two teams do meet again. And that well could be holding the ball, and it is. The slip didn't help him. The slip is certainly your prior, Smith, and Green's going to have the kick.
Yeah, and Jaden Green did well to
hold the ball in.
And also not go too hard at the back.
Or the high. But that kick was just wasted. So all that good work for nothing. And Sprout will not be too pleased.
5-point margin. Not much in the scoring department. Port Noarlunga have added 2 straight goals. And Flagstaff Hill 1 goal too.
15 minutes gone in this second term as we make our approach into time on and then half time, where Phil and I will get a can of Coke. He might have a beer too if he wants, and some fries and a burger. Although you've already polished off a burger, could you go for another?
No. But I do say the smash burger here at Port Noarlunga is one of the highlights of coming down. And a really nice tangy burger sauce as well.
I might have to get a sausage at half time before they run out.
Yeah. How'd you rate the fries?
Fries is pretty good.
Because you gave them a good sampling.
I picked up 5, 6 in a row. People who pick up one fry in a row, they're going to go cold. You've got to grab a handful and chuck them all in. It's the volume that counts.
You've got to get them into you while they're hot. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the umpire's going to chuck the ball in. Boundary umpire, that is. Kick from Mitchell. Rolling ball. Going to get to Hibbert. Haven't seen much of him. He's lined up on Morfitt, likewise as well. Hibbert gets clean possession. Handball to the side. Johnson's had a lot of football. Nice kick, although the mark was dropped. So a couple of errors now. Blake couldn't pick it up. Handball out wide from Chaplin. He did drop the mark. Back to Johnson, and that kick nicely marked from Pyman, who's going to go directly in front of him there to steal. And Ryder Pyman had a 6-week run at A-grade level, so it's good to see a reserve player not just get a chance, but keep his spot. From reserves to A-grade player now, you could say, as Salaya takes the mark. Big unit. Looking for Sprout. Sprout's got it. Double grabber.
Too far out, you would say?
Anything's possible on the bounce. But I would suggest he's going to pass it. Does so towards the pocket, and a leaping man is Goss. Who was there? Arms are up everywhere for the Falcons.
Uncontested.
So Ollie Goss has been playing the entire year in the South Adelaide reserves. Last week was his first time back and in the best players as well.
Yeah. 14 games, 16 goals. So you actually can see McGain Stadium from here. But we've got to look the other way. Low scoring second quarter. Every scoring opportunity critical. Port Noarlunga yet to miss.
Played really good footy so far this match. Lines up. It's goal number 1 for him for the day. Ollie Goss kicks 8, and they are 8 straight, the Cockle-Divers. 8 straight, 48. Plays 5-7, 37, 17 and a half minutes gone.
Well, this is running exactly to script for Port Noarlunga. I mean, it is, since the 10-minute mark of the first quarter, it is 8 goals to 1
against
the leading team in the league.
It is frightening that they can just turn on with such a young side as well. Very rarely do the premiers start the next season with such a different squad and a younger squad, almost like a rebuild.
Yep.
It's you'll never see it anywhere else nationwide.
Yeah, and
but
of course
it certainly happened.
They copped Ranella and Happy Valley in their first couple of weeks and lost both of those.
And it didn't look great for them, but they've come strong. They're looking good today. Clearing kick. It's going to roll out towards the line. Aldridge will pick it up first. He's got Wiseman for company, and the boundary line sees it both.
I would say the biggest team cheering on Port Noarlunga right now would be Happy Valley.
Yes.
Despite the fact that it was Happy Valley who got upended by Port Noarlunga in the granny last year. If that throw in, see the breeze. Take that throw in. The Rucks had to move 4 or 5 metres to the south. Cockle-Divers clearance. Falcons respond. Beeman couldn't take it as I got to work around a player on the interchange bench. And in the end,
You're telling me
stoppage.
Wildman's in your way?
Yeah.
Why don't we shout out?
No,
he heard you.
No, he's fine. Thanks, mate. All good.
He just moved for you, Phil.
I don't want you to interchange incorrectly.
So now the kick comes. Clearing kick for Portlangar. Kirk read it best. Couldn't quite have the mark. Hit someone's head before that. And then Paredes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Quick kick clearance. Didn't know what he was aiming
Paredes
for.
was on.
Sproul's taking this mark.
I mean, Sproul.
Tony's back.
Yep.
You don't like that.
Oh, look, he only turned it momentarily. And no, Sproul made a decision. I've taken the mark. I'm in scoring range. My job is to kick goals. And that's what I'm going to try and do right here.
He's currently standing in line with the centre circle.
Yeah.
Local grounds aren't as long as the MCG or the Adelaide Oval, but I hate to break it to him.
This is a wide but short oval for mine.
Does he have the journey? Potentially. Maybe to the goal square is probably my prediction. It's a higher looking ball. I reckon he does have the journey. Look at that. That is amazing. His kick number 2 for him. That went the same height as the goalpost.
Now, the goalposts here are not AFL level high. That was still a massive kick. He could have kicked that from inside the centre square and it still would have been a goal.
Could he get it from behind the centre square?
Yeah. No, that's a highlight. He knows his distance, he knows what he can do, and he went back and executed magnificently. And all of a sudden, the Cockadivers have got a buffer. It's 17 points into time on. They've kicked 4 goals. They've kicked 9 of the last 10.
And they've kicked 4 of the 5 this quarter. So they are all over the Falcons. Rarely do you see that. Salai got it to Goss. Paredes is there. Bumped off it. Kept his feet though momentarily. Did eventually fall. May have worked out. Ortman now in some space. Gets the handball across. Sproul. He had McCormack. He showed him off. And in the end, the umpire says, a very fast ball.
An interesting decision.
I would have said play on for that. Sproul gets bumped off a bit.
I mean, if he was held up, was it that they're not holding the ball?
Yes, but he wasn't held up. The play continued.
But he was, because it was a stoppage.
It was a very fast
Thanks, mate.
holding the ball. Very fast ball up, mind you. 21 and a half minutes gone. As we'll get a free kick coming all the way back here for the Falcons. So they take a time, they take a breather. They must kick the next probably 2 goals, Flagstaff feel. Very rarely will you hear that about the Falcons, especially in the first half. Bouncing ball reaches the line.
Well, in a cricket match, they're trailing by 17 runs. Port Noarlunga with maybe 2 wickets in hand into half-time.
Our mystery number 22 is in front of us.
22. Are we Tristan Smith? There we go.
Good guess. How come you changed your number?
Different every week, different every day.
So Goss gets the clearance, shows some poise too. Kick towards the centre of the 50. Green couldn't mark. He's been lively today. Hits Fitzgerald. Carpenter over his head. Look at that. Oh, wow.
Nicely done. Second goal.
He loves it. It's goal number 10. They're 10 straight, Port Noarlunga. Nowhere to hide for Flagstaff Hill.
Well, confidence is high. Almost a 4-goal buffer to take into half-time. So Flaggies are going to have a really good quarter, and that would just be to head for home in front with the breeze. And I'm looking at these flags, Ollie, and they're still going just as strong now as they were at the start of the game.
10 of the last 11 goals Port Noarlunga have kicked after conceding the first 8 scores, 4 of them being goals. It's been an unbelievable turnaround.
Yeah, and I think been the last 4 of the game as well.
Yes.
Porty's got the first of the quarter. Flagstaff responded. We're back in the middle. And pack descends. The moment... It's always scary when you hear a replay of yourself.
Yeah, the kids next to us are replaying that very goal, and I can hear my voice.
But it is nice to know we got a viewer.
So close. Had that option. Was there with Carney. Kicked off the deck. Musk finds something here. Handball over top was nicely done. Patterson, does it sit? Handball again. Can walk in. They needed that one. Aldridge has kicked the goal. And boy, oh boy, how did they need that? His second.
Yeah, against the run of play. One of those handballs looked a little quick.
A crow throw?
If you can interpret that as you like, but gee, against the run of play, they needed that. Flaggies. Margin back to 17.
As an umpire, you only ever pay a throw if you can't tell. Sorry, if you can tell. If you can't tell.
If you can tell, yeah, that's right.
If you can't tell if it was a throw or a handball, even if you're sort of
Correct.
thinking might have been a throw, you let it go.
Yeah. You pay the obvious. You do not guess.
Worst case scenario is they're running in towards goal and you've paid a throw and it was very clear handball on the replay. Player's going to move on. Salai still got it back and he's thrown. Look at that. It's a sling, which is the correct call.
And it's on.
And they get into him too. Pyman's on the down.
Yeah, no. Okay. No card emerging.
Greeny, name and number.
So if this was a game we've earlier seen, there would have been lots of cards, but they've decided not to use that method today. Zorman's taking the mark back of the pack.
I mean, one Port Noarlunga player we haven't seen for a couple of weeks is Nathan Flesfader when he was slam tackled. And I think that Cove player is out for the season, pretty much.
Tyson Shortridge, I believe, I've been told he
Or
won't
at
be
least
playing again.
the minor round.
Yeah.
This is a gettable shot, given what we've seen.
25 gone.
Ortman, I believe. Edge of the centre square, puts it up, let the breeze do the work, will fall just a little short off the ground. Keeping it in, has scored it over. And let's have another little push and shove.
And it's higher.
Free kick. Silly.
That's umpire Jared Simister, who's not taking any crap today.
Zebediah Sinclair.
What a name.
Now his... Yeah. Okay.
Now his...
No, I had a stat, but it's no longer relevant, so I have to stop mid-sentence.
Okay. So Phil stopped mid-sentence, has to find another stat in his laptop with two different keyboards, mind you. Sinclair from the pocket, a banana, or they call it a check side in South Australia. The double copper too, he likes it. It's been called a goal with delayed celebration. They cannot miss.
Actually, when did they kick the behind?
Must have been rushed.
Yeah, okay. No, kicking for goal has been
Sensational.
magnificent, and for Port Noarlunga, that is their 9th goal kicker in a half. 11-1-67, 6-7-43. Can I just tell you that Flagstaff Hill this year, I mentioned they were the number-ranked defence. They allow an average of 43 points per game.
Wow. Up to
Port
61
Noarlunga
already.
have 67 with a half to go.
Kicked 51 goals last year. In the B grade was Sinclair. Since then, made the league up to A grade. That's his 14th goal this season. We're ready again. Ball up. Ruckman go at it. They've got to find something. They've got to get the ball out in the middle to start with. They had it all on their way, Flagstaff Hill, in that first 15-minute period of the match. Since then, nothing can go right. We'll try again. Thumb forward from Mitchell. Lots of players around the football, thrown to the deck with Steele. And we'll get a ball up, and they inch the slightest closer towards goal. 28 minutes on the clock now. Lots of goals this quarter, as was last quarter. So the defensive coach has got his work cut out for him, both sides.
Yeah. 9 goals in the first. A low-scoring start to the second, but it's broken up a little bit with 8 goals.
Aiden Carney. Nice
Not done
weighted
yet.
ball. This is Chef. So Jesse Chef has the opportunity. Originally came from Colonel Light Gardens before switching to the Falcons this year.
Being from there, part of Westie's under-16 squad. 4 goals from his 11 A-grade games. Did play 1 in the Bs.
He's going to line up for his shot. Going to walk in now, but he do have scores from Morford Vale.
Ooh.
Tell you about it in a moment's time. Kick from the boundary. They really need it to go through. It's just a minor score.
They're a lot tougher to kick that end than they are the other.
And it is a 17-point margin at half-time, Hallett Cove's way at Morford Vale.
Yeah, that's a moral win for the Emus to be that close. Blood rule. And I think this is
Oh my God.
Kirk coming off.
So I need percentage, Hallett Cove, because right now
No.
they are on 51.13. Christie's Beach, 52.06.
Yeah, and I'll give you a percentage. If I get final scores from both, I'll give you what percentages they are.
Kirk's just come off the ground and the trainer didn't give him a rub down or any medicine. They gave him a tissue.
Yeah, for a blood rule. Okay.
Mark's taken. This is Sinclair. Had a good lively couple of minutes. Pushed towards half forward. Sprar came. Well, he leapt, he saw, he didn't quite conquer. And the ball's going to roll out of bounds.
30 and a half minutes gone. It's been a great one for the home team. The Crocodiles have kicked 6-1. Flagstaff Hill have kicked 2-2.
Siren blows for half-time, halfway through this contest. And boy, has it turned. First 4 goals came on the way of Flagstaff Hill. Since then, they've kicked 11 of the last 12. Port Noarlunga's way. Talk us through the goal scorers, Phil.
Yeah, I think in the end, 11 of the last, 11 out of 12, then Flaggies kicked the last one, 11 out of the last 13. The goal scorers, well, there's been a lot for Port Noarlunga. 2 to Sproul and Gary Carpenter. Singles to Sinclair, Houston Fitzgerald, Ollie Goss, Patrick Harmon, Marley Baker, O'Connor Dawkins and Green. For Flagstaff, just the 3 goal scorers, 3 to Beenham, 2 to Aldridge and 1 to Jack Chaplin.
So both teams have won 4 out of their last 5 games. That's obviously going to have to change. It's going to be a good game, Phil, right here on Filming Footy.
Yeah, indeed. We'll take a break, reassess some things, come back fully fresh and ready for a big third quarter. You're with Josh on camera, Ollie and Phil in commentary. You're watching the Southern Footy League thanks to Filming Footy.
Footy analytics made simple. Improve your team performance with My Dartfish Live S. Quickly tag key games actions during or after the match. Replay moments from the match, frame by frame, or in ultra slow motion. Access richer content, dive into detailed statistics, and filter what matters most with ease. Create playlists to show problems or areas for improvement, and share them to your team. My Dartfish Live S supports Aussie rules football coaches to optimise team performance.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory. Until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
All right, welcome back. Just getting some scores around the grounds here. Well, is the upset on? Fourth place Port Noarlunga, exceptionally accurate. 11-1-67. Flagstaff Hill on fire in the first 10 minutes. Not much since. 6-8-44. 23 points is the margin. The good news for Flagstaff Hill, they get the breeze this quarter. The breeze to mine, probably worth 3 to 4 goals. Phil Herden, Ollie Riddle. Ollie, your thoughts on that first half before I give some sponsors and scores around the grounds?
Up and back, Phil, up and back. It was a strong start from Flagstaff Hill. You tipped them, I didn't. And I actually made the comment of, I wish I could change my tips almost straight away because they were hot early. And from that moment on, it's been one-way traffic to the opposition. And the crowd have really liked it. But there is one problem here to sadden our day, one massive problem. They've run out of sausages.
No sausages?
This is a disaster.
By half-time, I mean, it is half-time of the A's when it's 5 games played. So what happened? Did the under-17s clean them out?
They must have. I tell you what, we should just pack up and go home and check out the camera, Phil.
Oh, that pelican, thank you, Josh. We're looking at this pelican gracefully flying, and it's got... that pelican has got the best view.
I did not know they could fly so high.
No, neither did I, actually.
How can it get down?
It will fly down.
It'll either fly or fall, or probably a combination of both.
Fly down gracefully. All right, yeah, that's in the South Adelaide Footy Club pocket. All right, some scores around the grounds.
Yep.
Let me talk you through, firstly, what's happening down at Aldinga. The Sharks could get off the bottom tonight. 8-6-54, Ironbank Cherry Gardens 2-5-17. 3 minutes into the third. If that holds, it'll be 3 teams on 2 wins, and Morphett Vale will have the worst percentage of those. Speaking of Morphett Vale, they're actually giving Cove a fair bit to handle. It is Cove 7-5-47. The Emus 4-6-30. So a 17-point lead to Cove. They really need a bigger margin than that. Christie's Beach, they're playing Happy Valley. Happy Valley have some domination there, 6-11-47. Christie's Beach 1-7-13, the margin 34 points. So if Christie's can keep it close and Cove don't win by much, I reckon that puts Christie's in the box seat percentage-wise on the run home, even if Cove do jump them with that win.
Heading into state, Port Adelaide have just begun their match at the SCG against the Swans, while Fremantle, they were defeated on the MCG against Melbourne. They finally took on a team at the home of footy and they couldn't quite get the job done.
Now, what I'm noticing here is Port Noarlunga have come off with 2 players, 3 players. Flagstaff have their 4. Does that mean that Port Noarlunga are down a player?
Maybe someone has been a little long in the
We'll work
toilet.
it out. I'll talk sponsors next break. Go with it, Ollie. Third quarter, here we come.
Siren's gone. We're up and about for the second half here at Port Noarlunga Oval. Maybe someone's in the toilet, Phil. We'll have to find out. Bouncing ball for Flagstaff. Phil rolls it forward slightly. Parides on top of him. Going to have a ball up.
Do want to mention our sponsors, Pro Build Australia for all your renovation repairs, the Aussie Inn at Hackham, Air Diffusion Australia, Domain & Co Real Estate, our main broadcast sponsors this year, along with Dartfish Live Stats, the Sportal Scoreboard, Classic Clashes, UTF Trailers, Archie's Footwear, and Filming Footy.
We thank our sponsors. It's been a fantastic time so far with them this season. Hope they can join us next year as well, as ball's going to be moved on here with Parides. It's going to roll towards the edge of the boundary line. In fact, it may roll over. So that was Sinclair, who was with the ball. It's the Falcons' free kick and just coughed it straight back up. This is close. So Jaden Close played football for Morphett Vale in the under-8s. Since then, it's been all Port Noarlunga. And he skies a long ball in the home direction. Another intercept mark for Smith. Short ball. So this is an opportunity for the Falcons. Mark has been taken by Chef. They can slowly build it up rather than a long kick to pretty much nothing. And in the end, that kick overcooked for Chaplin. He's got to get on his bike. Sproul will get there first, though. In defence again. He does not want to move from that side of the ground, Zach Sproul. Handballs to Trezise, who hadn't seen a lot of it. Mark's taken.
Just want to mention Port Noarlunga are down to 21. We saw one of their players down at quarter time. He's not returned. That's Billy Cook. So he is done for the day.
So Cook back into the team and quickly on the injury list. Houston Fitzgerald decided not to handball nor the kick. Now he's told to play on. Must do something now. Kick towards Green and Kirk. Went up with Salai. Couple of jugs, but a 5-6 juggles. In the end, the kick smothered. Kirk has an opportunity. He's laid up. Umpire says high tackle.
So I mentioned Flurio Milk Company, Air Diffusion Australia, So Cloudy Web Design.
And now 25.
SA Landscaping Supplies, Master Plumbing Association of SA, some of the great Southern Footy League sponsors.
And away the kick comes there. And it's right down the throat of Zach Sproul, so no sort of organisation whatsoever. He's on McCormick.
So Sproul must have something against the
Northern
playground end here, the Adventure Playground end.
Well, you say that, there's also a playground here at the club rooms as well. Playgrounds everywhere.
Yeah, I ought to be a kid again.
I love being a kid. When you're a kid, you want to be an adult. And when you're an adult, you want to be a kid.
Yeah, isn't that life? Platinum Sports, Sharon Sports Centre, All Frames and Mirrors, Belgravia Apparel, the PW Collection, Dartfish and the Youth and Sports Foundation are the other great sponsors of the Southern Football League in season 2026.
Short ball's a good one. So again, opportunities for Flagstaff. They moved the ball so well in the first quarter. Hadn't seen much of it since. Nice kick there, although the mark couldn't be held and the umpire's going to say, give it to me. This is umpire Jared Simister, who just paid a high tackle before. Ball up comes. Bouncing football, still traps it. Now the big clearance, up towards half forward. Lots of players around him. One being Stewart, but no one's taller than that man, who's going to roll around on the left boot to full forward. Could bounce all the way. Carpenter's there, and he can't quite get off the air. He's along with Kavoris, and the two of them going to see a minor score, Phil.
Yeah, you'd back Carpenter in most of those. Oh, now, what happened there?
Was it a minor score or not?
It was a minor score. There was a smother on the kicking, but no, we're just going to reset because I don't know.
So was Carpenter within 25 metres with that smother?
I don't know what they're really. No one's really arguing it. So
and that's Green who's popped up.
Jaden Green, who has one goal already.
And now he's passing this one off to Carpenter. And he's going to wander in for his second goal, I believe third goal for Carpenter, who kicked 5 last week.
Goals,
I love him next to us.
Goals into the breeze, critical as Steele comes off and Marley Baker on.
Well, I've just jumped the gun, Phil, because I've just got the pen lid off as well. I'm very excited to write this one down.
Writing it down without taking the lid off. That is confidence.
So Carpenter, deep in the pocket, northern end. He's going to wander in, kicks on its way. Looks pretty good. Looks very good. Carpenter's got goal number 12. He's third in a match. And now, Phil, I can ride in first of the second half.
Yep. So Port Noarlunga scored the first and the second, the first and the third after Flagstaff kicked the first 4 of the first. Always important after a long break when you've had the momentum going into it to keep re-establishing. I'm looking at that scoreboard in disbelief. 12 goals, 2 in windy conditions is just absolutely magnificent. It's actually a game where it's 14 scoring shots apiece, but the margin is a game high 30 points. And if this continues, Flagstaff Hill could see themselves out of range pretty quickly. In the middle we go. And trying to charge forward, left it behind. Initially was Rosman, picked up by Cameron Blake, couldn't go any further. We'll break and go again. This time no 6-6-6, so it's a little more crowded. Ortman's been good in the middle, gets it to Paredes, is always good. Port Noarlunga, another clearance. A fumble through a couple of pairs of hands. Smith, turnover. Carpenter's lurking. Kirk's got to go back and get it. Kicks it around. Carpenter finds a teammate. And Falcons fans can just breathe for a moment.
Mark's taken Kavoris. Flagstaff Hill and 25 metres pay too. Not sure about that. Flagstaff Hill are on 70%, Phil, as I've coughed this one up. Ranella 66, Happy Valley 67. What's the margin got to be for them to lose that extra 3 to 4%?
It's got to be a fair bit. And where it gets tricky is that Flagstaff have not allowed a lot of scoring. So Flagstaff have allowed 611, Happy Valley 645, with one less game played, and Ranella 713. So net points, Flagstaff are plus 844, Happy Valley are plus 692. So it's a 152-point difference, but Happy Valley need to make up more than that because of the less points that Flaggies have conceded.
So that was a clear push against Crichton, who puts it back inside 50. In fact, no, he didn't. I didn't even see where that ball went. It landed in the hands of Ortman, and now it's deep into the pocket. It's Carpenter, same spot. Yeah. You only have to cast your mind back a few minutes to when he last kicked the goal from this very, very spot. Look at the guys in the crowd in front of us, Phil, on the top of the Toyota Ute.
Yeah. Look.
You're looking in the wrong direction.
I'm okay.
They're over there.
Yeah, sorry. Well, that's where the camera was pointing.
Carpenter's going to walk through. Same spot. Could well be the same result. Steele's off the bench and back onto the ground. For number 4. Yes! Look at that. 2-2 for Gary Carpenter. He's kicked 2 goals in a row as well. 3 of the last 5, mind you. And Port Noarlunga, they extend that margin out. It is now 13-2 to 6-6. It's a huge lead. Phil, this is 36 points.
Yeah, 36 points. And those goals that Carpenter, I mean, they're 2 goals of quality. It is. I'm trying to think, mathematically, logically, technically, with the breeze, how you kick a goal with a narrow angle and the breeze is blowing the ball out. It means that you've got a very narrow margin of error. And for Carpenter to drill those 2 in a row has really put the Cockle Divers in the box seat here. This is almost can't come back territory.
And of course, they're still missing Lockie Murphy. They're missing Jaden Kapler. They're missing Brody Smith, who was their ruckman last year. He's changed clubs. So there's a lot that's happening on the Port Noarlunga coming in and out of the side. Yeah, they're holding up well. Ryan Kelly, the co-captain, not playing also. As well as
check out the
original number 9. Seagulls everywhere. Luckily, I finished my chips, Phil. That's what happens when you have 5 in a row. Just a big handful.
Has gone 4 o'clock local time. Bit of cloud cover. We haven't had the rain that we were potentially expecting today so far.
Don't use the word. Don't use the R word.
Although that breeze is freshening.
Don't want to awaken the R word gods. So Green and Kirk both sort of holding each other. No one can mark the football, and now they're going hard. Green goes in very hard.
That was like Wallaby All Black.
It was.
In a little one-on-one scrum. Should I add neither, giving an inch of ground.
Umpire's going to throw it up. Does so. Mitchell palms it back. Trezise thought he had lots of time. In the end, he sort of did, but the mark, he's coughed the ball up.
This is important. Flaggies have the ball. They need to produce something going forward. It's with Jeffries into the 50-metre ruck where there's a lot of blue and white. Thumb towards that boundary line. 10 minutes in, not only have Flagstaff Hill not put a dent into this half-time deficit, they've actually given up the first 2 goals and are further behind.
Come on, Hutto, hurry up.
It's looking very shaky if you're a Falcon fan. Very shaky because the President Fitzy is now standing on the inner side. He never does that unless he's confident.
Run this past me again.
The free kick's been called.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see him. I know those shorts anyway.
So a free kick heading the way of Flagstaff Hill. Crowd don't like it. It's why they're silent. Not sure what it was for, but it's Jesse Sheff. He's going to line up from 40 out, slide angle.
4 goals this season.
Must go through. You cannot stress that enough. They've kicked 6 all day for number 7 from Sheff, and he sprays it to the right. And that is pretty much sums up their day.
In the end, that was actually lucky to score. 6-9, 45, 13, 280. A 35-point lead to the Cockle Divers, looking for, well, the chances of Port Noarlunga finishing top 3 are slim next to nothing. It'll take some big beatings and every result to go, and one of the top teams to collapse. Like at the moment, they trail Flagstaff Hill by 9%. Even if Flaggies lose today, lose to Ranella next week, and Port Noarlunga win their last game, that's too much percentage to make up in too few weeks.
So a win today would
We
put
lost
Port
the footy.
Noarlunga equal on points with Happy Valley. Of course, they're playing.
Happy Valley are a game back, but they've had their bye.
Yeah, so
So in this situation, this could happen to Cove, it could happen to Flaggies, where they actually lose top spot or lose fifth spot on the last week of the season.
it's coming down to the very end. Kick back into play from outside 50. Flying shot, going to get nowhere near the distance. Trying to torp all the way at the back. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Touched off, says the
Someone
umpire.
touched it. I'm not sure who.
But you're right, this is coming right the way down to the very last round, which is in a couple of weeks, Phil, and we're going to be commentating.
Happy Valley and Cove, which will be one leg. Could be minor premiership up for grabs. Could be fifth spot up for grabs.
And the radio station will be doing Christie's Beach and Morphettvale, so the finals are covered, put it that way.
And that's why Cove have to be ahead of the game in fifth, because Christie's, you'd think, could put a thumping win over Morphettvale. They did last time, as there's a snap, and again, like that one doesn't score. That one's almost into the Onka Paringa out the back. Oh dear, they've spilt some chips, the lads next to us.
Seagulls are going to come.
Seagulls haven't noticed yet.
So the kick's going to come back into play when we eventually find the football, mind you.
Yep, there's
Closest
only
gone for a
one.
wander.
They fetched it.
Be careful, there's snakes down there.
President Ryan Fitzgerald saying, yeah, they're $100 a pop. We're going to keep to one.
Back into play now. Sprower and Mitchell. None of them can get near the ball. It's Sinclair who jumps the highest. And the boundary line is going to see the next play.
Anyways, this is suiting Port Noarlunga just fine. I mean, yeah, it's down Flaggy's end of the ground, but they have not kicked the goal as yet in this third quarter. Already 14 minutes gone of their last time with the breeze.
So Short's chasing this one. Trezise has him, and umpire has called a free kick heading the way of Flagstaff Hill. So a bit of a holding the man. I'm not so sure it
Might
was
have been
soft if it's paid.
something in the back, maybe.
I'm not so sure about that.
Mackenzie
Anyway.
Short.
Mackenzie Short featured in the best players for the first time last week at A-grade level since what year? Take a guess.
Well, he's an interesting one because I couldn't work out when he started playing A grade.
Well, the year was 2023. Thanks for taking a
thank
guess. Big opportunity. Similar spot to last time. Hibbard sticks it out to the left. It's come back. How crucial is that? And that is our man, Mackenzie Short, who's kicked just goal number 7 for Flagstaff Hill and a fighting chance, maybe.
Just keeps it a silly chance. 29 points. They're going to have to kick another bagful, I think, before three-quarter time. Also needing some work to do, Ironbank Cherry Gardens. They are 3-6-24, trailing Aldinga 8-8-56. The margin there, 32 points, almost 20 minutes into the third quarter.
Now, Phil, we've got some friends in front of us.
Well, the Seagulls have seen the chips, but they know they've got to get around these things called humans to get to dinner.
So Mitchell got the clearance. Mark's been paid.
I'm going to have to give the radio call of that because Josh's camera won't pick it up. But there is some football for you, Josh.
And nicely launched, but in the end couldn't quite hold the mark was Carney. In defence, umpire's blown his whistle. It's going to be downfield free kick.
Ooh, and Goss was...
Oh,
Goss
and what's
came
going
up
on here? So really exciting stuff now. You saw most of it, Phil. Talk me through.
Well, Goss was on the ground. He got up and started remonstrating. And to quote the legend Ron Burgundy, that escalated quickly.
So it was a downfield free kick, I believe. But it looks like there's going to be a ball up in the centre of the ground. No, free kick, so I was right. This is Carmen's free. who saw a bit of it in the first quarter, hasn't really been cited since.
That's the second free that we've seen sort of given away field discipline. And one of the last one, I think, resulted in a Port Noarlunga goal by the boundary.
It's a heated contest. Kirk slightly holding green. Umpire didn't see it, and it's going to go over the line. And the flags are moving.
Yeah. Flagstaff about to roll a couple of interchanges. We've got Cameron Blake and Bradley Patterson just in front of us, ready to take the field again at the 17-minute mark. Once this is stoppage and play. Big thumb forward by the Flaggies ruckman. Close misjudged the bounce. Chance for them to run onto it through Chaplin. He's met straight away by Pyman. No prior opportunity. They want to have a bit of push and shove.
Oh, and it's a free kick.
Well,
And the way
a
of
free kick
so a
given
sling was
away.
the call. He was a slinging action. It was also holding the ball as well.
yeah, okay.
They tend to both be the same, and it depends on the umpire who looks out for the duty of the care of the player. Crowd don't like it, but maybe it's the right call. From behind, leaping Sproul couldn't quite hold the football. Now it comes to close in defence. Seagulls are around us. They're getting closer. Sinclair won a free kick for holding the man. Umpire's paid a mark, I believe. And the crowd are getting feisty, so this game is slightly getting out of control.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen a card come out just to calm the farm a bit. I suspect
I think
there's
it would
one
be
that's half a
wise.
chance it might come out.
It definitely would be wise. The kicks comes in. So number 7 to their number 7, Wiseman. Couldn't quite hold the mark, and he comes in still from behind, lays a good tackle. Player's going to move on, ducks his head, now gets the kick away. Shots off and is through. 2 in a row, Flagstaff Hill. And they inch ever so closer.
And again, a fair bit of discussion about that goal. I think that was Aldridge who kicked it. And well, you've got to be you're very careful if you're Port Noarlunga is that you don't do something silly and get a second straight shot. Because
It's going to be a free kick from the centre of the ground.
turner. As it is, it's still a 23-point margin.
Free kick centre of the ground.
Okay.
So the Waterman gets in the way there. And now can arch his back and go long, Rosman. And it's through for a minor score. Is 8 goals, 10-58. They trail Port Noarlunga by 22 points, 13-80.
Yeah. Another goal, next minute or so, starts to make things interesting. Flaggies are having a moment. We've got 3 in front of us trying to get on. But the players on the other side of the field and they can't. They want to enter the fray.
So we're almost into time on as well.
Port Noarlunga ball, I think there was a 25 in there somewhere just by the movement of all the players.
It's been 25s and everything.
Yeah, well that's how the umpires are trying to keep control of this one.
Sometimes that can escalate it further though, you've got to be careful.
High kick with the breeze. Sprout, who's looks pretty decent as a defender.
He's certainly worth his weight in gold, up forward and in the back half. Short kick, mark.
Yes. The pass, something he may not have done a lot of. Up forward. Hit the target. Max Savage. Port Noarlunga playing a little bit of keepings off, you'd think, at the moment. 20 and a half gone. They have the breeze in the final quarter. If Flaggies don't get much of the ball use, they're not going to get back in it. But they do, and they have a mark in scoring territory. And our 3 on the pantry, he cannot get on. Patterson, Wildman and Mountford. And eventually we've got some changes with the shot on goal. Now, who's got it?
What does 7 do for this?
Okay, the kick. This looks to be Hibbert. Flaggies are claiming it. Everyone's got their arms in the air. Flaggies to claim it. The goal umpire to say touched. Missed by that much. Margin back to 20 points.
Margin back to 21, mind you.
No, I thought I got in before the scoreboard changed, but the scoreboard had changed.
So play moves on, big leap. That came from Wiseman, I believe. Play's going to move on, couldn't take the mark. And now Goss. He's going to drive it along the wing. Altman had a bit of a fumble. Play's going to carry on, and Malign is going to be right there.
Liked Altman's game.
So we're going to have a boundary throwing. Directly opposite Phil on the outer side, the eastern side of the ground near the train line. And Flagstaff feel the pressure is on too. Goss can't quite get out of that is, and in the end a free kick's heading the way of Paredes. He's going to give a short ball further along the boundary to a man who I thought he was actually aiming for the Water Boys. Mark's taken regardless. Now up to half forward. Ball moves on pretty quickly. Kirk from behind. Leaped at the right moment. Highest point, he took that mark, and he's going to stroll and go across goal. Oh no, wasn't a great opportunity. The kick overcooked. Now play's going to go on the crowd screen pressure, and they certainly get it. Big tackle, and that wasn't your finest effort, Kirk.
No, I was about to say the poor kick, and then Carmen had a chance to swoop and run into an open goal, but overran it. So a couple of chances going begging. Flagstaff have won the quarter. They kicked 2 goals 4 to 2 goals 1 by Port Noarlunga. Aldridge has it, too far out to score. Green's got him. Makes Aldridge drop the ball. That's holding the ball this day, next day, every day. And the Port Noarlunga car crew salute with the honking horns. Green's kick down that outer wing. Touched, throw in. 23.5 gone. Sportal scoreboard shows Flagstaff Hill 8-11-59. They trail Port Noarlunga 13-80.
Of course, we've got our player in the match, the iconic Filming Footy beanie and the Archie's footwear to give out. Phil, have you got any contenders? Without giving it away, who is right up there as Carmen goes forward, bouncing the ball towards Steele. Kirk's got a chase. Have a bit of a think, Phil. Carpety, look at that, uses the body nicely. And now Carmen picks it up, just gets a handball away. Dropping at the highest point was Rosman. Big hip and shoulder, they get in there too from Carpety. Going to have a ball up.
Well, I'm thinking of some players that maybe not have received it before, and I think Bortman's one that has done some hard yard stuff. I mean, Paredes is always good. We've seen Carpeny being the target up forward with the 4 goals, of course. Yeah. Could you give it to Sproul for great defence? Probably not, but...
Well, he's won it for kicking big goals against Ranella. Imagine saving the game against Flagstaff Hill.
I mean, last time there was both Aldridge and Sproul kicked 6 goals each. Right now they're both on 2. I think.
So player's going to move around. Handball came from Hibbert, and it's going to be kicked straight out, and Close is going to bring it back into play right next to us. They yelled 2 minutes, 24:56 on the clock, so 2 minutes is probably right.
Just a correction, I think we've got Aldridge for 3. Close has it. I said haven't kicked the goal since 2017, he won't here. Ignores the call to go inboard. Oh, beautifully read. Might still work. Carpenter with the snap. In the mix of that, a player I had missed. Carpenter has a handful today. That's his 5th. But it was the read and the escape by Ollie. Not my co-caller Ollie Riddle, but Ollie Goss.
That was good play. Carpenter kicked 5 last week, has 5 today as well. Good play from both of those players. Done really well today. As the Seagulls start to swoop in on our chips.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what.
Massive goal.
Massive goal is an understatement, because it bucks the trend of the momentum that Flagstaff had. Wasn't a big momentum, but it was just enough to start pushing their way back into this game, and that just kills that off.
Margin back out to 27. Biggest was 30, but it means at the moment that Port Noarlunga have won every quarter thus far.
He's going to move on. Mitchell with the tap. Still tried to clear the ball. His kick really hit his foot, put it that way. And now O'Connor, Dawkins, Paredes, handball in front of Orman. Run onto it nicely. Carpenter at the back, read that best. He's going to have to run onto that for his sixth. Carmen's down there. Can he roll it through? His kick 2. And that's 2 in 1 minute for Port Noarlunga. They're up to 15 goals.
I'm going to call it. Game, set, match. Couple divers.
Wow.
Only the most, because I'm just going to check if the rule is in play here. Not quite. So the margin is 33. I have a general rule in Sandful and community footy. If you are up by 40 points with less than 40 minutes of game time left, you're going to win.
Okay.
We're up by 33 with probably 30 minutes of game time left. Couple here. This momentum, can't see. And throw in the wind. Yeah, I'm calling it. Port Noarlunga are home.
One more goal and it will be the largest margin of the match. That was at 36 points in the second quarter. Now down to 33. Plays moving on through the centre of the ground. Flagstaff field can gather some momentum maybe. It's definitely a hold. Umpire didn't see it. Play's going to move on. Should have been a Flagstaff free to Hibbert. And Beenham's going to hold up Wiseman. How long is he going to have it? Before the umpire, Jared Simister, calls a ball up. 27 minutes gone.
Is that a real seagull?
That was not a real seagull.
Okay.
The kid did a pretty good job, though.
He did. It's that time of day, folks, when there's probably more seagulls here than spectators. As the shadows slowly but surely start to make the way across the Port Noarlunga Oval. Flaggies have it. The kick from Kavoris needs a target. Might have found one. That is a Falcons mark on the siren. It's with Hibbert.
Trezise has given away 3 free kicks this match too. Probably the most of any player. And again, Hibbert, he's got to kick this one. He's been in goal-scoring touch the last couple of weeks, mind you. Has 17 goals at A-grade level this year. Went goalless last time he faced the Cockle Divers. Kicking for number 1.
So, straight in front. Cannot deviate. Everyone has to get out of the way. Umpire in control here. Margin, 33 points. The horns are honking down the southern end. Kick looks straight. It is straight. And some some element of momentum for Flagstaff Hill to take into the final quarter. It's all theirs to do. Despite that goal, Port Noarlunga have won the quarter into the breeze. Quick thoughts, Ollie Riddle.
Who was that goal scorer?
Cody Hibbert.
It certainly was, and my thoughts are, I think I'd be very surprised if Port Noarlunga lose it from here. I know we're supposed to pump this up, but Port Noarlunga, they've got this one in their hands. Flagstaff Hill will be disappointed as they walk towards the huddle because they didn't really make any ground at all. But they're not out of it if they get a couple of early goals. So the key is for the Flagstaff Hill coaching team to just gather some momentum and push.
Well, in Port Noarlunga's favour, they have the 33-point buffer. The 27-point buffer, my apologies. They have the breeze. Flagstaff Hill have one more player. I'd be back in Port Noarlunga. We'll take a break here with Josh, Ollie, Phil. Thanks to ProBuild Australia, the Aussie Unit Hackham, Air Diffusion Australia, and Demand & Co Real Estate. You're watching the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
And then she'd let it go and let me throw it again.
Welcome back, everybody. Three-quarter time here at Port Noarlunga Oval. Filming footy game of the week, thanks to Pro Build Australia, the Aussie and at Hackham, Air Diffusion Australia and Demand & Co Real Estate. The amazingly accurate cockled overs of Port Noarlunga. As you see, it's a real seagull fest here now. Port Noarlunga 15-2-92, Flagstaff 9-11-65. Now, I've got some scores around the grounds.
Ooh.
Cove have opened it up a little bit at Morphett Vale. Cove 13-13-91, Morphett Vale 5-10-40. Happy Valley, a reasonable lead over Christie's. Both teams inaccurate here. Happy Valley 9-14-68, Christie's 3-9-27, the margin 39 points. Now, when I plug those two scores into my computer, it tells me that Cove's percentage right now, with 2 weeks and a quarter to go,
Yep.
50 is 52-23, and Christie's Beach is dropped to 50.95.
Moved so quickly.
Cove will, if that holds, those results hold, Cove will be in the 5 with an extra win. The Christies have Morphett Vale in the final week, Cove have Happy Valley. So Cove need to be that win ahead and some percentage. And that's what they're trying to do. Every quarter for those two teams critical. The other result has Aldinga in front of Ironbank Cherry Gardens. Last score there. They are 8 minutes into the final quarter. Aldinga 9-9-63, Ironbank 3-6-24. That win would get Aldinga off of the bottom and put the Emus there. Flagstaff Hill, if they have any chance, they've got to get the first, and then a whole bunch more. We're set to rock and roll. Last quarter at Port Noarlunga, and your caller is Ollie Riddle.
Siren is set to sound.
Oh, we've got a
box.
dog.
We've got a dog on the field. We've got to try and get off first. Siren blows. We are underway here at Port Noarlunga Oval. The ball up, and Salai gets the first tap. Ortman there couldn't quite get the clearance. Nicely worked from Rosman. Hands it off. And we're going to go forward for the first time with Flagstaff Hill. Couldn't quite get the mark. Kavoris was underneath that, I believe. No Beanham, mind you. And Paredes puts his head down. Umpire doesn't pack. Good decision. Look at that. But don't argue from Goss. Play's going to move on. Sproul couldn't quite hold the mark. Did have front spot. Now gets the handball given to him. Kirk saw that coming and we'll have a ball up. 92 plays 65.
Just going to do a couple of sums and see where Happy Valley and Flagstaff Hill's percentages lie in a moment, albeit with both still with a quarter to pay. Zali up in the ruck, got the tap. Flaggy's ruckman is Mitchell is probably been one of his quieter days. Is that fair to say, Ollie?
To be honest, I don't want to be negative.
After the first quarter, yeah.
The boundary umpiring throwing hasn't been amazing. We'll get another look here, which doesn't help him. So there hasn't been a lot of ball ups as well. It's been a very fast-moving game. So he hasn't had a chance to really impact unless around the ground. So, yeah, I'd say probably one of his quieter games. That's a good throw in there from our boundary umpire.
Got the tap. Meanwhile, pack descends as we've got an injured Port Noarlunga player hobbling off. That's Ortman. So Port Noarlunga has said already down to 21. They might be down to 20.
Just gets the handball there. That wasn't really much of a handball, though. Maybe a crow throw. A kick from Mountford, who hadn't seen a lot of it, and nicely placed. Beanham. Handball over top. No. Instead, he's going to kick it over top. He kept on running. Aldridge can walk in. His second goal square goal at the northern end today. And nicely worked for Flagstaff Hill, and they needed that one.
Yeah, I've got Aldridge for 4. It might be Aldridge 3, Hibbert 2. Play HQ will sort that out. But they had to get the first one. The first one they get, 10-11-71, 15-2-92, 21 points the difference. You think, in all honesty, Port Noarlunga probably need 1, maybe 2 goals to their end. And that
so
would
you're
be
saying
too much.
16 goals will win it?
I think, well, 15 goals
could still
will
win
it. Because if Flaggies don't get to 15, they won't. Although, no, they could do it with 14.
I think
11 points to 2 is probably one of the major stories out of this game. Flaggies probably with more opportunities, 4 more scoring shots, and they're still a fair way behind.
I think definitely 16 goals will seal it. That's 1 more for the Crocodiles.
All right, well, right now, escaping nicely was Wildman. High kick, the Breeze takes that. Everyone meets in the middle. And there was a Port Noarlunga player taken a bit on the high side. And that's Zali, who's not going to take any... Well, I thought he was going to take his time. He doesn't. Spots up and finds Treacy, Xander Treacy. I think there's a few players starting to feel some bruises and knocks here at the moment as it goes to Wiseman. Wiseman,
Oh!
a long kick for a Sproul. Went up about 5 seconds early. And, as Flaggies are saying, well, isn't that a free kick? In the end, it's a Port Noarlunga behind. Is coming off is Wild Man, which is Flagstaff Hills player.
Number 15, Wildman.
Yeah, they've been given that as a score, so maybe it was a free.
So the play's going to move on here on the outer wing. Mitchell got the handball all over line. Port Noarlunga fans screaming for holding the ball. We're not going to get that. And there's just a little bit in this game, a little bit of bargy. But I do seriously believe one more goal could very much seal this for the Crocodiles. An upset win.
Yeah.
We had a couple of upsets potentially on the cards. Definitely a Hallett Cove a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
But this one could very well get over the line.
I mean, the only one that we've actually really seen is Port Noarlunga beating Ranella.
Yeah, we've had a lot of close games. Happy Valley got the job done over Flagstaff Hill with that kick
Twice.
after the siren miss.
Well,
Twice.
that's the Reservoir Triangle. That's Ranella beating Happy Valley beating Flagstaff, and Flagstaff beating Ranella, and going round in a circle around the reservoir. Yeah, everyone's feeling a bit sore. They're all a bit slow getting up at the moment. It has definitely been a hard game. Another stoppage. Why not? Well, I want to have another shove. Don't tell me that's a free.
It's a free kick.
That's a free. That's a free.
I don't want to...
And the guy in the ute is saying something similar, but maybe a little bit more colourfully.
Couple little soft free kicks today. Maybe that's just in order to
And that was you in the
lower the
under-13s,
speed.
wasn't it?
No, there was only one soft free kick, which was so they could get a goal on the board,
Yep.
which occasionally you do if it's in the last quarter.
Which is the
and
highlight of their day, and they'll come
Exactly.
back and
Give them
play
a
next
goal.
week. And I believe you copped a little bit of umbrage from the opposition team that had belted the opposition because you kind of interpreted a free that got him a goal.
Mark's taken, not quite. Oh, yes, he's paid it. I copped a little bit of heat from both the 13s and 15s side of the opposition.
We got to open something up on our coverage, Ollie, where we have the question of the week.
Ooh.
And go to a site somewhere and vote. Was Ollie right to give a soft free so a team that hadn't scored a goal in the under 13s could score?
It was in the last quarter, mind you.
Yeah.
It was towards the end of the game. I think it's a fair thing to do. I'd be surprised if other umpires don't do it at lower levels, mind you.
My thing is, as Carpenter comes in, this could be the goal that I look for because he's been absolutely deadly. He has been. Look, can I just say, Ollie, that I know it's easy for us when we're trying to do the play of the game and, oh, look, he scored a bag of goals. Let's give it to him. But some of Carpenter's goals today
Ridiculous.
have been, and not just one. So it is your call who gets the beanie and the Archies.
Well, don't give it away, Phil.
And well, it is your call. But if you did go in that direction, you wouldn't get any feedback from me.
Who kicked the goal for Flagstaff Hill?
Which one earlier on?
Yes.
That was Aldridge.
It is so. I wrote him in the third quarter instead of fourth. Play's going to move on while we get our notes correct. Salai and Mitchell in the rock. Both went at it. 50-50 ball now. Haywood Ferris leaves it. Didn't chicken out. He left it. Was the right call in the end. Although they can't quite get a clearance. Chef sort of grabs hold of Paredes, who does the same. This time he's got the ball, though.
And I should add, just with Gary Carpenter, his 6-goal haul, the highest for the season. Previously, he kicked 2 bags of 5, both against Ironbank Cherry Gardens.
Bounced in delivery in the green direction, goes hard at it. You could see that coming from a million miles away. Paredes had it, lost it. Goss been held without it. Now he's got the ball. And we'll chuck it back up. There's a lot of holding that's gone on today that hasn't been seen by the 3-umpire system. But list little things.
Do we need 4, Ollie?
No. If anything, 3 is too much. But they work a lot. They work very hard on their 3-umpire system to make sure it works. And it does work. Play's going to move on. Carpenter just picks it up. Oh, look at that. Dances to the left. Can roll in. He has been the star of the show, Gary Carpenter. How many is that?
7.
7.
Can I upgrade my comment? If you don't give it to him, it might be feedback.
He kicked 5 last week against Ironback. Now, when Zach Sproul was out injured, Carpenter really needed to lift. And to be honest, he didn't. But now Sproul's in defence for most of today's game. He's just been sensational.
Well,
he's taken over.
The question today for Port Noarlunga was, against a premiership contender, could they show that they belong in the discussion of being considered to be a contender?
They are a contender because it only takes a couple of wins to win a grand final, right?
Yeah. So they're going to go the scenic route, Port Noarlunga, and they've still got probably the most unsettled side out of the 4. But, yeah, based on today, do not write them off.
Aldridge now has to get past Wiseman. Doesn't quite. Could be holding the ball. Umpire says it's going to be, not sure what he paid. A boundary throwing, so the ball's rolled over the line, mind you.
And Flagstaff Hill, well, what do we read into this?
Is there a lot? Can you have a bad game?
Look, you always have a bad game. Look, in Sandford, they've had 150 years, right?
Hit me.
Only one team in recent living memory has gone undefeated. Has gone through a whole season and not had a bad game.
Okay.
That
think
team
I know where you're going.
was Port Adelaide, and that was in 1914.
Ooh.
So yes, you do.
So you didn't really make my argument to you can have a bad day.
You can have a bad game.
But they went undefeated for the whole season.
In 1914, like for the last 112 seasons.
Right, I'm with you.
No one has gone undefeated.
I've got your angle.
Okay. Sorry, I took the scenic route to get there.
So now we presume Carroll hadn't really called his name at all today. He had the ball. Now he lays a tackle, gets involved. That was on Chef. Player's going to move on. Crowd scream holding the ball for that effort. Didn't have much prior. And now the kick away. It's a 2-on-2 coming back. Could have held the mark. Should have. Didn't. And now he's going to be wrapped around and pushed into the crowd. Caught the ball up. There's McCormick. Isaac McCormick just sits to the left of us. Phil looking very casual.
Yeah, he's just...
Almost like he's not going to come back on.
Waiting for the next bus.
So handball goes back. And now Ortman can the clearing ball. Green leaves it, bounce over Kirk's head. His day's been pretty average, put it that way. Sproul on the boundary line. High long ball to a 1-on-1. This man is dangerous. Gets to the back of the pack, overcooked the kick. Carmen was there to help out. Smith to save the day. Got really exciting for a moment, but uh-oh. Mark's taken Fitzgerald. If you're going to clear it, Phil, high and long to the boundary, not just straight up in the air.
Yeah, I know. With a win like this, high is not going to do it for you, unfortunately. And young Fitzgerald, a chance for his... You say he's got 2?
Chance for his second.
For his second. His first multiple goal game. And to absolutely put it beyond any possible doubt. About to tick into 12 minutes. It's gone eerily silent.
It has.
Like he's putting on the 18th at Augusta for the Masters.
Fitzgerald
comes in.
Walks in. He's missed.
And there must have been just incredible pressure that I don't understand why, because he's missed to the right.
I feel sorry for the poor guy.
17-3. Yep, 17-3. 105, 10-11, 71. The Crocodivers by 34 points.
Got a question for you, Phil.
Okay.
Whereabouts in America is Augusta?
Georgia.
Ah, there you go. And what side of the country is Georgia?
Georgia is in the southeast.
Southeast, there you go. Yeah. So near Florida region.
Atlanta. Yeah,
Atlanta.
And I actually drove from Atlanta through Florida in the same day. It's possible.
It's possible because their states are quite small. We don't quite have
Compared
states as big as WA.
Yes.
No state is bigger than WA. If they were their own country, they'd be like the top 10 and the biggest countries in the world. Not to mention the wealthiest. Still, going to pull it to full forward. The pack emerges, the ball escapes at the back, and it's touch, says the umpire. Not sure he was convinced it was touch, but probably the right call, put it that way.
Suddenly, Port Noarlunga have the yips. A bout of inaccuracy. 2 straight behinds. Margin 35. Probably important, to be honest, for Flaggies, as this will reduce their percentage down a bit. And the minor premiership may well come down to percentage, that they don't drop too many more. I'll let you call some footy, Ollie. As we can see the family there with the kids and the bouncy ball and the dog.
Oh, isn't that nice? A day out.
That's enjoying a day at the footy.
Nice family time. Funny they were wearing sunglasses and weren't staring into the sun. So we're going to ball it up here in front of our cars. There's some four-wheel drives, a Pajero, a Toyota too, someone on their P's. Not much of a gearhead, so I won't talk about cars too much. I can talk about it for a few minutes, but then I seem to run out of colours. Aldridge gets the ball moving along. I believe that could be Beanham, mind you, who's going to kick across ground, centre half forward, low ball, and the man just fell over there. Not sure which one, could have been Carney. And now a big long kick straight into Kirk direction. He saw the sun, so good mark. And now McCormick across the ground.
So if this lead holds, the destiny for the minor premiership will sit with Happy Valley.
Okay.
This will be Happy Valley, assuming they go on to win at Christie's, and they had a 39-point lead at three-quarter time.
Yep.
Happy Valley have 2 losses. Flagstaff have 3. And Ranella have 2, but Happy Valley has a better percentage.
Beanham to Fords, full forward. Aldridge had a big piece of it. Now the snap. Chaplin to the left-hand side, minus score.
So, in a weird warp sign away, Happy Valley will probably be hoping Flaggies get up next week. That's our game of the week, Ollie. I'll be on assignment for that. Cracking game at Flagstaff. The Falcons and the Wineflies.
Looking forward to that next week. You can join us at 2:20 Saturday afternoon there. Phil, why don't you call some footy?
All right, kick to the outer side. Well, one by one, the cars are starting to pack up and leave. I suspect they might be heading up the expressway back towards Flagstaff Hill. I think if you're a Port Noarlunga fan, you'd want to just sit back and savour what you can of, well, is this their best win of the season? It's right up there. I mean, they've had some big wins. They feasted on some of the minnows, and their win at Ranella was excellent. This, to me, right up there. Especially, they conceded the first 4 goals of the game, and it kicked 17 of the last 23, 17-6.
It's been a remarkable turnaround
after that point. And there's a good tackle by Kavouris, but
high.
Too high, and it will be a free kick in the way of Marley Baker, who kicked a beautiful goal in that first quarter comeback.
Just checking the scores in the AFL, it's been, well, Sydney have kicked 10 of the last 11 goals in the second quarter against Port Adelaide, so maybe I shouldn't say the actual margin.
Okay, so it's the good Sydney that have turned up there today. You can see the hills on the far side looking pretty black. Rain has arrived, but it's to our east, which we are grateful for. Loose footy. Patterson trying to batter it forward. A chance for Steele to pick it up, kick in the Sproul direction. He's marked, and that's gone 15.
I don't know.
That's not Sprout. My
It's a
apologies.
lie.
Okay.
I reckon it went maybe 12.
Okay.
But, you know,
So
close
here's
enough.
Zali, who's kicked. Yeah.
So
Walk in front of us. We don't care.
Salai's got the kick here as the crowd get a little bit restless around us.
One of only 3 Port Noarlunga players to have played all... four to play all 15 games this season. Others being Ortman, Crichton and Carpeny.
Salai, set shot, walks through, kick was beautiful, it was on point. It's goal 18 for Port Noarlunga, his first 2. Celebration time.
And whilst we've had Carpeny kicking 7...
Which one was the best? He kicked 2 in that pocket, which was a highlight. He kicked one over his head.
The viewers know that pocket. Yeah, the northeastern pocket where the Saturday Footy Club is, because boundary side shots into a strong breeze have such a narrow margin of error.
Which one was better? Oh, but exactly the same.
Well, probably the second one, because you could say the first one was a fluke.
Yeah.
And then he kicked the second one and proved it wasn't.
So he's
Any
had
other
a day
questions?
out.
You want to put me under the pump?
Ollie Goss has been really good today.
Yeah.
First game back at this level.
40-point margin, Port Noarlunga.
And that's a big tackle to help. Like Green's game. Doesn't get a lot of the football, but he's got a lot of pressure. Maybe should go for the ball before the man, though. That's a question for Coach Adam Hartlett. Close has done all right. Back kick high along. Green gets another opportunity. McCormick underneath it. Bouncing ball. This gives Goss a chance. Puts it under his wing. Takes a bounce towards full forward. Carpany. Minor score.
I think we have entered party time now.
We're about to enter extra times too.
But the party here will probably have nothing compared with the party down at Aldinga,
Tell me.
who are about to break a 10-game losing streak.
Wow.
13-12-90. Ironbank Cherry Gardens 5-6-36. That'll mean there's a 3-way tie for 7th with Aldinga, Ironbank Cherry Gardens and Morfett Vale all on 2 wins. And that will come down to so much coming down to percentage.
It's a big Saturday night, Phil. I tell you what, maybe we should head down to Aldinga's Way, unless you're going straight to bed. I know old people get up early in the morning.
I've got to go and prepare my wrap. The Southern Footy League wrap.
Still working.
Always working, mate.
Yeah, me too. Life sucks. You know, when you're a kid, you get told at uni, oh, you're so close, only a couple of months away from entering the workforce. And then I hear all these stories about the workforce, and I think,
hang on, here's Carpany.
Do I really want to enter it?
Because Carpany's got it.
Look
He
at
wants 8.
that. Oh, no.
But 7's enough.
Well, he was eyeing the big 8, and unfortunately, his ability and his aspirations were mixed, as Smith can run it off half-back and basically handle to Goss in front of him. That was a bit of a low light from him. Goss can pick it up, has McCormick for company, and the boundary line will chuck her back in. We do have scores for full time at Christie's Beach.
Oh, please tell.
Christie's Beach 4-10-34, Happy Valley 13-15-93.
Thank you.
So it's a big
59
percentage
points.
boost, which could well put Happy Valley. Oh, they'll be on top regardless, because they will be 2 points ahead.
No, they won't.
No,
They
sorry.
played one less game. That's the trick with the bye. That's why you hate 19 comps.
It's a 3% difference before this game. 40-point margin here, 50 points over there. Do the maths.
Yeah, so Happy Valley by 59, Cove by 45. So Morfett Vale have kicked 9-13-67, Cove.
So we're expecting 5th and 6th to swap,
Yep,
and
yes.
1st and 3rd to swap.
Possibly.
Lots happening in the Southern Football League as we edge towards September action. Just 2 weeks ago after today, Paridi steps around a couple to full forward. Sinclair was one-on-one with Kirk. I'm pretty sure Sinclair was once the student of Kirk at school, so he certainly wouldn't want to lose out on that battle. Nice ball.
Okay, so I can tell you right now as we speak, that last goal is significant.
Oh,
Let me tell you what the current live percentage is.
yep.
Flagstaff Hill 67.79.
Okay.
0.79.
0.79.
Happy Valley 67.80.
Ooh. You're telling me there's what, 0.1 in it?
1/100% between Flagstaff Hill and Happy Valley's percentage as we speak at this second. I'm assuming that Happy Valley Christie's was a final that you got for me, Ollie?
Yes, it was a final. It was 27 minutes in.
Okay.
So very, very close to the very
Might not
end.
be, but pretty close.
Carpenter
again.
Look at this.
Eight.
Oh, the right full kick. He went zig, he went zag. In the end, the mark's taken by Green.
Oh, look at that. The team effort for the team pass.
Unforgivable defending, really. He's going to waltz around. No one's looking. Green kicks a minor score. All that for nothing. It's 18-6, 114, 23 minutes gone to 72. That's 10 goals, 12. Comprehensively defeated Flagstaff Hill. And you can see it on their body language as well. It's been a tough old day. As we try and find the football, which has gone into the lap there of Short. Who's going to play on now? This is Rosman. Been okay today. Done some good work. Not enough of it, though. He's going to waltz round the outer wing and just coughs it straight back up. This is Ortman, who's done really well. Potentially his best A-grade game of his career. Played the entire season. Hasn't missed a beat after playing only a couple A-grade games, I believe, last year. Kicked 6 goals for the year as 2. Handball's on. Not sure Pyman saw it was coming. And umpire's called a free kick there. Could be... No, I'm not sure what he's called. He's called a ball up for something which was not a ball up. Maybe he made the wrong call and said, oh, I'll just throw it up. Not entirely sure about that one. Carney. That was Aiden Carney variety. Gets to the back, Wiseman. Handballs across. Now the kick comes along the outer wing, and Salai presents through his hands. Big Ruckman's got to hold that. Gets the flying kick forward. Bouncing ball straight into the lap of Green, who can roll around on his right-hand side. A bouncing ball. This is good for Ortman. You can see him going to try and do it. That's his problem. Blake takes a mark. When Ortman wants to cut back inside, he does it so slowly you can predict what's going to happen. He's got to improve that. It's got to be quicker. Chaplin. Wiseman waits. Trezise couldn't get to him, being quiet today. And Crichton has taken the mark, who's also been quiet.
Well, the result is academic. Port Noarlunga are going to get their 11th win. And the way it looks, they're going to be 1 win behind Flagstaff, Ranella and Happy Valley. Problem for Port Noarlunga is they got the bye next week. And their percentage is about 5, 6, 7% behind the others. And 1 game to do something about it won't be enough, I think. But Cockle Divers will take a lot out of this, including their young forward, Houston Fitzgerald. Into the middle, still going in hard. Into the pocket they try and go to the half-forward flank to Mountford. Still battling for it, but Port Noarlunga win the contest. You worked out your winner?
Yes.
Okay. So
Play's going to move on.
Make sure you stick around, folks. We'll get you as best a ladder as we can put together.
Got to think of my questions now.
Yeah, that's important.
Yesterday, my family said, Oliver, I really love your questions.
Okay.
Every week.
As long as you know you've got 90 seconds, not to ask a question, to get through it. We're done here. What a win to Port Noarlunga. Gave up the first 4. After that, 18 goals to 4. That is a trouncing of the previous league leaders. Cockle Divers don't rest on them. Port Noarlunga 18-7, 115. Flagstaff Hill 10-12, 72. An impressive win by any margin. In that final quarter, but I'm just looking now, Port Noarlunga won pretty sure every quarter. They did. 5 goals to 4 in the first quarter, 6 goals to 2 in the second, 3 goals to 2 in the third, and 3 goals to 2 in the final. The final results, if you're just checking in, Aldinga have broken a 10-game losing streak. They have taken care of Ironbank Cherry Gardens. Don't have a final from Christie's, Happy Valley, and yep. But we know that Happy Valley will win, Cove will win, and barring a lot of goals late, Cove's percentage will now jump Christie's, and certainly their win total will jump as well. The ladder as it looks, Flagstaff Hill, Ranella with the bye, and Happy Valley all with 12 wins. Ranella and Happy Valley 12 and 3, 12 and 2, Flagstaff 12 and 3. Flagstaff Hill and Ranella play next week. Port Noarlunga, they jumped to 11 and 4. A win behind third spot. They got one game left. One game behind in big percentage. I don't think they can catch it up. Cove jumped Christie's into 6th, and Cove do have a slight percentage advantage. The bottom three also tied. So we've got a three-way tie at the top, a three-way tie for 7th. And with their win, I've got Aldinga have jumped to 7th from Ironbank Cherry Gardens, and Morford Vale back in 9th spot. I do want to thank the sponsors as Ollie finds his winner very quickly. Pro Build Australia for your renovation repairs, the Aussie Inn at Hacken, Air Diffusion Australia, your one-stop air conditioning trade centre, and Demand & Co Real Estate. Let's go to our award winner with Ollie.
Well, I'm here with our player of the match, Gary Carpenter. You kicked 7 goals.
Yeah.
Were you counting all the way through?
Nah, just playing football, just doing my best.
Now, talk me through, because Phil and I, we were amazed that not only were you able to kick a goal in that far pocket over there, not once, but twice.
Yeah.
Do you practice that at training?
Nah, I've just been playing a long time, just doing my job, play my role, kick straight.
What about that goal over there, over your head? Is that just quick thinking?
Yeah, quick thinking, done it since I was a kid, so I just gave it a go and went off.
What do you think about your season ahead? You've got the bye next week. You're heading towards finals, unlikely to get a top 2 spot.
Yeah.
But can you really go far? You have to take the scenic route.
Yeah, I think we can get very far, I reckon. Just when our pressure's up and we're all playing our roles, we're really good. We can match it with anyone in the league.
Right.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We'll get a photo with you with our iconic Dartfish Filming Footy beanie, the Archie's footwear as well. And Phil, you can take it back to our little studio.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you so much, Ollie. It's over at Morford Vale. Cove, I think, have won by 58 points as Carpenter gets his photo taken and saluted by his teammates. And Ollie will join us back in a sec. So the winners today, Happy Valley, Cove, Aldinga, and right here, Port Noarlunga, and you'd have to say, an upset. The Cockle Divers showing they are not to be taken easy when the finals start in just 3 weeks. For Port Noarlunga, they got the bye next week, so they can enjoy their night. For Flaggies, no chance to think too much about this. They've got a massive match. Still a chance at the minor premiership, but to win it, they're going to have to beat Ranella and get a bit of help.
You wouldn't believe it, Phil. I asked him about the 2 goals in the pocket, the kick overhead. You know what his reason for all of that was? Experience.
Experience? Well, can't argue with the results. And, definitely a standout player today and a standout team in a standout effort. So, just the games next week. I've run through the ladder, Ollie. Yep. Happy Valley host Morford Vale. A chance for the Vikings to push their percentage maybe ahead of Ranella and Flagstaff Hill, who have each other. Cove travel to Ironbank. The Cobras need every bit of percentage they can get. Christie's Beach in the same boat as they both battle for 5th. They host Aldinga. And Ollie, you will be at Flagstaff Hill next week for a massive match against the Wineflies. And what could possibly be a qualifying final preview if results hold. Port Noarlunga will have the bye. Some final thoughts.
Final thoughts are, I think it's a confidence booster for Port Noarlunga because they've been good, but they've struggled barring their Ranella win when we saw where Zach Sparrow kicked how many goals. Barring that game, Port Noarlunga have struggled against the top teams. Beaten the lower ones, struggled against the top ones. Today, it's a different feeling. Today, I feel like they got so much confidence that they can now, and towards the back end of the year, they can really gather some momentum against these good sides. Do they play any more tough teams?
No, they only have one left in the final round, and I think that's Aldinga. But I'll check that for you. Give me a moment.
They're certainly going to have a lot of confidence come September against these top
They travel.
sides.
This is actually their last home game
Yep.
Bye next week, and they finish at Aldinga. For Flagstaff Hill, they finish next week hosting Ranella.
Going to be an interesting couple of weeks in the Southern Football League. Of course, got to talk about Happy Valley and the race between Hallett Cove and Christie's Beach, who can get that 5th spot.
Well, the Vikings host Morford Vale, and then they finish with us at Cove.
Yep.
With Cove battling for 5th. So I reckon you're going to have those two teams needing to win to get what they want, minor premiership or a finals berth. And let's not forget the Wineflies, after travelling to Flagstaff Hill next week. They'll finish at home in their 130th season hosting Ironbank Cherry Gardens.
A lot has happened today. Just to recap the scoreboard, it was 15-7, 115 to Port Noarlunga against 10-12, 72 Flagstaff Hill. I tipped Port Noarlunga. Which team did you tip, Phil?
I tipped the league leaders and favourites who started strong but faded after that. And yes, Ollie, quite happy to say, this time, where's my tie? Where's my Mark Williams pose? I was wrong.
You were wrong. Turns out you're not much of a betting man.
Tip responsibly, folks. Alrighty, I think I'll let Ollie just sit back and gloat off air. Thanks again to our sponsors, ProBuild Australia, Aussie and Hackham, Air Diffusion Australia, Demand & Co Real Estate, plus of course Dartfish Live Stats. Sportal scoreboard with 28 goals. You can't complain.
No,
you have
yeah,
a 28
you're right.
goal game, and some of them were of high quality. Classic clashes was this one, certainly for the Cockledivers. UTF trailers, Archie's footwear, and of course filming footy. Thanks to Josh on camera, Ollie, my co-caller. You'll have him next week. Also Rowett. And National Manager John Douglas, all the filming footy family. Today in the Bs, it was Flagstaff by plenty, but in the As, an upset. Port Noarlunga by 43 points. Until next week at Flaggies, you've been watching the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Footy analytics made simple. Improve your team performance with My Dartfish Live S. Quickly tag key games actions during or after the match. Replay moments from the match, frame by frame or in ultra slow motion. Access richer content, dive into detailed statistics and filter what matters most with ease. Create playlists to show problems or areas for improvement, and share them to your team. My Dartfish Live S supports Aussie rules football coaches to optimise team performance.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory. Until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.